time for jokes. Your two-time Capcom Cup champion, it's Meta RT!
Hey, all right, everybody, welcome back to the CPT. It's the middle.
大家好，这里是 K.T. 今天一起看一下中东卡杯的8强决赛。
Oh yeah, wonderful day to get into even more top
那
8.
个
Had many competitors qualify for the Capcom Cup.
最后8强应该是不会打太久。我们看会不会变成双鸟表演赛？要看卡杯会不会双鸟又杀进去了。现在那个 Angry Bird 已经有 Evo 的门票，所以 Angry Bird 已经赢 Evo， 所以呢，他卡杯是保送的。那这一场就看 BigBird 有没有拿个1、2名这样。目前呢，双鸟都还在胜部，所以理论上啊，要是 Angry Bird 这场又拿冠军的话呢，名额应该是往下递补嘛，因为他已经有 Evo 拿到的那个卡杯名额，所以呢，对要进去要拿名额的人来讲，这一场就是你打第一名、第2名就可以不用管 Angry Bird 了，理论上是递补的。其他那各地区的 War Warrior 那个比赛也是积分是递补的像台湾的那个奥比杯也有一个卡杯名额嘛。那目前积分最高的是 C1 可是 C1 上次在法国线下赛已经拿到资格了，所以奥比杯的积分就会变成从2到9名去打最后的资格赛这样。那当然就是今天是中东嘛，那中东本来就是职业玩家没那么多，所以大家都只认识双鸟而已。那这就是看 BigBird 会不会翻啦，看 BigBird 要拿有没有办法稳稳拿。
For some prizing. First place is going to take the lion's share here for $2,500. Second place for $1,200. Third is going to take a crispy $800 and $500 to blue.
这个赢地区赛也有一点奖金，2500美第一名。对，大鸟Angry Bird 来应该就是他拿第一名的话，就是赚个零用钱。然后那个资格给别人。
That is a best case scenario for the rest of the playing field. And that means you only have to win losers finals to get that chance for $1 million. Because not only do you get this event prizing, there is $2 million of total prizing.
刚刚主台那个也说，这场对其他人来讲，你只要赢到第2名。你只要赢到第2名就有门票，要是那个 Angry Bird 有拿到再待在胜部的话，那当然有可能 Angry Bird 前面翻车，那就我不知道啦。不过 Angry Bird 现在是强到靠北，所以应该很难了。希望应该会继续打吧，反正就赚个零用钱，对不对？而且比赛就是多打好啊，练手。反正积分不影响到其他人啊，他已经有名次了，他也不会，他拿第一名也没差，就是递补啊。
So there's a couple of ways for it to kind of be like, you don't actually need to win the tournament. You just got to get in the grand finals, and Angry Bird's got to be the person that you're playing against. That's all that really matters for your Capcom Cup qualification. Obviously, there's still money on the line today. You still want.
你看主台他们讲的一副假设 Angry Bird 会在胜部冠军的样子。不好啊，不好，这样不能。我们要那个比赛结果出来之前，我都不能讲谁一定会上。虽然 Angry Bird 现在真的是强到一个惊天地泣鬼神的程度哦。
UAE has showed up bigger, but
但毕竟比赛还是有变数的，
finals could still be
谁知道？
Kuwait because both of those winners matches right now are UAE versus Kuwait, which is going to be fun to watch.
I love that.
我
That's the thing that's so cool about this because it's not just the
看到这个对战，我就想到上次 Red Bull Kumite 那个
Kuwait. We had a couple. We had
第一堪称冠军战的第一轮战，
us the depth of the player pool.
双鸟开场就互相对上，然后那个内容打得像冠军战一样。
Capcom Pro Tour. And yeah, like we said, these first 2 matches are going to be incredibly important because you know the story. It's like.
然后实际上那场最后的结果也是，就是没有人够怒鸟打，双鸟上去没有人够他们打。
I think that's going to be the most important match, like to start the day, because
这蛮屌的。
if BigBird ends up losing, right, that run from losers becomes that much more difficult. And like you said, if we see like RealMF or Fandroid get to that winner side grand,
其他的选手比较少在各地的比赛或者是线上，
Angry Bird versus Big Bird.
我们也比较少看到啊，所以不知道他们强度如何。
I don't know.
Would he do it? Would he do it to his own friends?
我看讨论好像有几个也是蛮强的。
It's going to be fun to watch for sure, regardless of what happens. And of course, I'm sure they're going to be playing seriously. In any case,
Absolutely.
we're going to be starting out today with Big Bird versus Fandroid. That will be the first match on deck. So as you mentioned, these 2 players are currently first. Well, now the World Warrior rankings are complete. They are tied for first place in points. A couple different ways of getting there. Big Bird won each of the times that he entered, but only entered 3 times. And Fandroid had more consistency entering the entire time.
Yeah, ended up showing.
他们说他们中东地区的 Warrior 比赛，
and tying it up there. So
目前其实 BigBird 跟右边那位 Fandroid 的积分是一样的，都是第一名。
A pivotal match for the rest of the day, and the whole day is going to be 3 out of 5. If you haven't watched top 8s for the CPT before, all of our top 8s are going to be 3 out of 5. We had first 2s yesterday for top 16, but now a little bit more time to adapt, a little bit more time.
8强都是 BO5 抢3。
And against a player like BigBird, it could be a blessing and a curse, right? Because if you give him more and more data, he is going to start to pick apart your game plan. So you need to have as many different looks as possible, especially when one touch could mean your demise against the Marisa.
First place at Red Bull Kumite. 4th place at Gamers 8. Again, currently tied. Well, ends up tied first in
中东双鸟
Big Bird. What did he have to say?
究竟这个中东区8强赛会不会变成双鸟表演赛？
Fandroid has been killing it lately in the online events, and DJ is strong, but Muscle Mommy shall reign supreme.
I feel like the
大鸟的呛虾说：“哦，那个 Fandroid 最近表现很厉害，他的 DJ 很强，但是呢，我的肌肉妈妈、地方妈妈才有办法称霸。Muscle Mommy， 什么鬼？
There's 4 of them in the Capcom Cup 10. Like, we're gonna see a lot of DJ representation, so we might potentially see another one pull up to the plate here, depending on how Fandroid.
我是希望 BigBird 赢啦，不是因为比较认识，而是目前卡杯有资格的里面，你只会看到满满的陆克啊、肯啊这一批。拜托来点别的角色吧。”
Seeing how calculated it is in neutral, not only with his pressure, but with his ability to whip.
不要到时候卡杯决赛哇，40几个人，然后30几个陆克，30几只都是陆克肯，这一批就真的不太好看了。
Every single time, and I believe we have some words from Fandroid as well here. Looking into it, everybody knows who BigBird is, but I will end his winning streak against me. That is the mindset.
对，Fandroid 说大家都认识大鸟啊，但我会终结他的连胜。对，
Man, if only I got Angry Bird. Different story.
那个赛前呛是互呛的这个环节，各地方差很多。我之前看日本的都是说，大家那个很客气，然后我会拿出我的全力加油之类的。只有一个人他讲了不一样的话，某一次比赛就是英泰。英泰说，不管发生任何事情，我不会停止升龙拳。 我忘记哪次比赛。其他人都是说，我会拿出我的权利什么什么。然后英泰说，不管发生任何事情，我都不会停止我的升龙拳。笑死！对啊，这是角色代表啊，拜托多一点角色。目前我还有看到R3的，我不知道。来，开始哦。哎呦，怎么踢得到这个？
Fandroid finding some great screen positioning. The real estate is going to be one of the most important parts of this match because you can force Marisa into the corner. Her options become more and more limited. There's not
他是第一在那边选择 Fandroid 选择看到那个短剑刺拳用 parry 去按。
Fandroid so far. Oh, and like I said, gotta always watch for command grab. You could have reacted to that. Maybe.
开场直接指令头啊，有点凶啊。
Wow.
哇，放枪！
You can't be having those drops here.
啊，可能太远了。 来到安全跳哦 ，OK。啊，这个跳对了，但来不及打到。哦，可以哦，可以哦。大鸟是不是对空啊？他想出下重手太晚了。哦，又偷抓。哇，这个负的凹好坏。5代很常这样玩，但6代比较少。 不知道为什么。哇，被完美配到。现在越来越爱在前脚按的中间去插 parry 哦。自己打认可也是觉得非常好用。哇，有沟通。哎呦，被推出来哦。哇，又挖到下段，这是不是要去了？哎，乱动。
That was the right call. 1-1 in the first game.
That's gotta hurt.
你看又在配合 ，CA 要带不带？再一个绿空，哦不是。
Other than those couple of issues, other than the drops.
哦，大鸟这边多等了一拍去打他的那个后侧步回来。他没有第一时间按中手，他多等了一下，等到他后侧步自己跑回来给他打。
There you go. Again. Fandroid.
我直接追到后侧步。哇，死去。 啊，这边 Fandroid 好像没有不知道他有没有发现 BigBird 在那个按回去的节奏跟什么时候绿冲上，看起来是有要抓后侧步哦。通常我们会被后侧步打到，就是你对 DJ 按了一个负的，然后你就马上点回去，那个就会被后侧步打。 哦，直接摔了，这倒是好，又偷抓。哇，大鸟的偷抓成功率有够高的。哇，这个刚刚那个短剑有点甜了，差一点被揍。哇，没有人有办法阻止绿冲。有点晒，刚好点掉。这个也有点晒。哦，这个漂亮。
Yeah, nice air to air. Doesn't get the most damage, but it's mostly about the space.
啊，你看第一时间按就会被后侧步打。哦，这个后哇精锐，后躲摔直接反打了。哇，粉坠看起来灌2拳，灌3拳，哦又摔。 他怎么都挑得到抓的时间呢？哇，被插了！哇，这要死去哦！这 BO 5抢3，还要一局，然后大鸟还要一局。但是粉坠现在感觉有个被打懵了，有点。
His economy of buttons and options.
完全不停的，没有要回选单思考一下。
I feel like he just makes the right call so often. It's not like he's overactive.
哇，这个
he was hanging out. Just
拼个跳就跳到了。
Very often at exactly the right time to get the big corner push, big mix.
Yeah, again, creating
that
space right there.
我以为换边了，但没有。
And even though you're back to mid screen, it's not the worst position. Nice tech right there. The green stuff, I'm not afraid.
哇，这个下重手不好对空，又偷到抓哦，怎么这么偷？哇，太漂亮！他绿冲那个距离，绿冲刹车是会被凹到的，但他绿冲 OD 短剑用霸体扛掉那个凹。
Oh boy, I'm worried. I'm worried.
这也太厉害了。
Oh
no! Fandroid.
那是玛丽莎的近距离去吊边凹的方式。
Did not quite build enough. Yes.
哇，这个动不了，哎，漂亮。
This is good. But again, you got 10%.
Right.
Oh, you're gonna need a little bit more than that. Fandroid doesn't have the third bar yet. Try to get a little cheeky with the just.
有办法，Fandroid
to find a huge opportunity, huge pocket.
Fandroid 在等什么东西？哇，死了。
That is gonna be a wrap. I don't know.
OK， 粉队还有败部，
begin our day.
粉队被大鸟 speed run 过去。
That was, oh man, I hope
carrying off that body.
Yeah, that was Muscle Mommy's got you in good arms, is what we would say there. BigBird with the big win, 3-0, one big donut.
哇 ，BigBird 好厉害，他按不是很按哦。
But again, 6 for 7 success rate on the command grabs.
Speed run 啊
If that is your batting average, you are feeling good. That is an all-star performance.
你看这边，他跟那个后侧步
That's your batting.
Yeah, I'm just saying, it's like, dang, you're.
BigBird 那边就是再慢一拍，不要让自己先伸手去被后侧步打，再慢一拍去打后侧步的插合。
I liked a lot of his individual choices here and there, but there were certainly moments when he could have taken the round. Two that I can think of where he could have taken rounds that unfortunately he didn't get.
然后他大鸟也不时会故意 reset combo 去偷指令头。
Big respect to Fandroid. You can definitely tell that the talent's there, but man, BigBird is world class for sure, and is in winners finals as a result.
Yeah, one of the sharpest edges in the business.
但我觉得看得出来是
from the play on display. And again, I just
那个粉队那边打没有办法进入他 DJ 的节奏，打不出来。
Reset opportunities even on wake up. So not being able to expect that and not even showing the other looks off of the stance. Like that's so scary in and of itself. Because BigBird didn't even have to show the other looks. It was like, oh, it's going to keep connecting. Good old command grab. Nothing beats rock. And I mean, that was definitely
the avalanche.
Rocking the world of
下一个应该还是 winner 吧？是
It was a snowball to be beheld. It was a lot, and I'm looking forward to see Fandroid play a little bit later today. Obviously, going to be playing the winner of Amu and Yusuf, so maybe a Honda in your future.
Could be.
To bite
Could be that mirror
2.
match as well.
Yeah.
That's a DJ for Amu there.
That would be pretty interesting.
Interesting either way.
Yeah.
On the other side of winners is going to be Nasser, Angry Bird, and RealMF. That's where we're headed next.
Yeah.
For Angry Bird, Evo
Whoa.
champion. 7,500 players, just whatever it was.
Pretty hard.
The world's biggest fighting game
怒
tournament
鸟要上
of
场
all
了。
time. #1 player right here. After all was said and done, one of the all-time runs in a fighting game tournament in a fighting game bracket was done by
右边的 RealMF 用陆克 ，OK， 陆克打肯，
continues to have success. He
两
hasn't
大
entered
毒瘤对决。不过 Angry Bird 肯是真的
qualified for
很多
Capcom
小地方很厉害。
You know, every time we see him play, whether it's just watching his stream or whatever he shows up on, it's just absolute world-class talent.
Definitely a treat, and like as a Ken player myself, every single time I watch him play, I feel like
这比赛有卡杯门票，有
and it's
第
like every bot,
这个比
like
赛
a
第一名
bot
有卡杯
will
门
come up, and I
票
did。not know that he had that option available to him.
I hear you.
怒鸟的肯是少数，我看过绿冲的时候，对手要是跳起来，他会选择下重手，然后重迅雷，
Definitely has the right tool, the right character.
下重手重迅雷，然后呢 OD 龙尾去打绿冲的时候，要是对手。 哦 ，Angry Bird 拿 Kami，
Worth playing right now.
哎呦，不一样哦。
Luke's the answer.
Punk plays Kami, obviously big Punk.
哎呦，这是他打上位角的对策吗？因为现在大家都说 Kami 打这几只上位角是可以打的。哇，直接走过去摔。 哇，这个 RealMF 突然被打进角落。我摔，连摔开始喽，这边要干什么？ OK， 插的蛮准的，插的蛮准的。哎，这边怎么敢点回去？这边要做什么？哎，打背，漂亮的选择。
I've got to tell you, seeing earlier, I like RealMF's neutral game. I thought that was good, but there were individual hits there that didn't add up.
刚刚有一个地方呢，刚好绿冲进他的重拳，哇，这个完美配推到角落喽。
That was a perfect example. That perfect parry into combo into pressure. Like he's never going to drop the opportunity to do whatever is the best in that situation. It's very tough to combat that if you're not also getting max out of every situation.
刚刚那个完美配气功没有带东西哦，差一点 RealMF 差点被揍。哇，死不解摔，退康什么都退不到。哇，想偷抓，结果
Yikes! What a shimmy!
哇，硬跳出来。
Back to what seems like a pretty comfortable combo.
我靠，怎么打的？等下，他这单发确认哦。
Whatever. Shout out to you. You're the best. What can I say? What can I say?
That's the thing. I mean, Funk said it on Street
What?
Fighter League. He's like, hey, Angry Bird, can you do one of those?
傻眼，我不知道怎么讲。刚刚我一看重拳单发确认。
He's like, yeah, hold on, let me do what we can. Oh my!
哇，被阻止绿冲死翘翘。
An unreasonable standard to have to play against, but it nevertheless is the case that if you're playing it against Angry Bird and you want to get the W,
哇，蹲在那哦，蹲在那。
you also need to be doing that kind of thing. I'm not going to tell you that it's easy, or even that it's like something.
我觉得 RealMF 的那边出那个后重拳有点是没想法。
RealMF just found.
哇，被扛到喽。
You know, ideally you would do what Angry Bird just did there, but boy,
对
very
他
few players can actually do
Angry
that.
Bird 的 Kami， 哦，反摔，
It is a tall
还
order
不反摔吗？
here now, right?
好，抢伤害。
Do come out, takes the Oki off of the charge, but again, Angry Bird.
我觉得反摔比较好吧，刚反摔跟那个伤害也没差多少啊。
Again, locked down.
结果你现在还在角落。
Movement, there we go. Didn't get a
来喽
space for that drive rush here, and about to burn out on Angry Bird.
，OK，打掉一些平分奥喽。
Covering some sand blast here. This is the best position RealMF has
硬
been
按
in
硬
so
按，想
far.
把它按崩奥，对空啊没有啊，这个空差有点糟，这个空差有点刚好陆克那边 RealMF 后，他插空了。
Love to see it.
I think the only other thing I need to see from RealMF here is not a single.
茜咪，你认真看的话，你可以胖拳可以穿到那个波沙，可以穿坡。
do have an amazing jab to check there.
然后拳脚
look for you have to
按起来不会那么
guys,
不
and
舒服。
again, we're not seeing it.
哇，又被反摔 ，RealMF 抢角落的能力好像没那么好。
Here's RealMF.
OK，set， 哇，漂亮的后，
And he
怎么会在这边解摔啊？好痛，好痛！
quite yet.
Nice.
打康连段死去，哎，掉康，
Uh-oh.
完了会被一路逼哦，
Everybody watching is
一直
holding
逼，
their
一直
breath.
逼哦。
The thing is, Angry Bird has known for making this comeback.
不过怒鸟这边怕凹一次哦，凹一次会死掉哦。
One-touch game, both sides. Drive
哎呀，果然
comes out. We don't even need to go to Memphis.
RealMF 已经全力看了。
RealMF with the
哦
reaction
，1比
when it
1，完全不
matters.
停，没有人要停的，没有人要思考，
Absolutely.
直接开战，也没有要换脚。
Plan.
Wow.
哦，漂亮插合。
Yeah, there we go. That is a good look.
哦，RealMF 感觉比较气势有回来，刚刚那个凹有点气势凹的感觉。
Adding that to his arsenal could be really helpful here. Just disrupting. If he
你
can.
看，你看那个怒鸟在那个距离一直按重脚，
The game, and I love that utilizing the charge knuckle
仔细
right
看你那个重脚
there. And not even
防到一次就打掉大概2/3格的气，
Here's Angry Bird.
防御柱都打那么
Right
多
up，close with whatever he wants.
所以立回说茜咪一定是会按的，一定会按那个重脚。
I mean, if you're pressing crouch medium punch, you're doing something right on Luke, the three-piece. And
哇，这个延迟康漂亮，哇，放枪，这边也放枪，哦，好险。
Jeez.
How many times? Is that our new counter? 2 for 2 on the nose.
我 RealMF
Big situations. That said, a very
领先哦，
by
有点
Angry
厉害
Bird in response.
It was a Middle Eastern reset. Normally you have
按久了 ，RealMF 那个是应该是想打他，想要骗对方打绿冲，但没骗到，然后 Angry Bird 根本没动，
Patience from both sides. You can see the respect.
没骗到摔。
Very close to having worked out. Angry Bird.
What?
Grab, but
这个压持续没压到，
confirm. Again, very rare.
那是想要体感压的，他不消费压的。
Pressure here a little bit. I mean, obviously.
哇，抢到死哦！
You have a target on your
蹦
back.
蹦
and,
对空，
target's locked right there. 7 golden letters. on the screen. What a clapback. And that was a slow perfect, too. Those are always the most impressive. When 50 seconds have been grinded away and you still have not been.
突然胖胖拳
It's discouraging. Nice. This is going to be huge. Do you opt to cash out? We're going to see right here. Now takes the Oki, tries to bait the grab
有资格练脚，也是蛮有可能的。
Again, same. This time
练一个副角色，拿比赛来练，反正他已经有资格出来搞耍一番。
Plus frames, plus frames. This is so good.
哇，这个看得见。
Not a real block string, so you're able to bust out with the DP. What a perfect
漂亮
on the knuckles and goes for the drive.
好选择，直接打干。
Yeah, I love this. No
非常的好的选择。
You cannot leave a gap here though, because Angry Bird definitely has the reaction. Throwing a sandblast is also a death sentence potentially.
我又完美配这个没了，连完SA1。哦，漂亮 ！RealMF 这看到那个青胖胖拳有完美配到，有影响到这整局，影响蛮大的。
I love what we're seeing.
How do we add it to the puzzle right here?
Yeah.
I think once you add that, it's like Angry Bird's approaches are starting to run out.
怒鸟这个夺冠的话，就是替补到第2名啊，因为他已经有 Evo 拿到的冠那个啦，就替补啊。
Distance game.
Nice, and I love
Open
that.
a whiff punish.
Yeah, going for the drive rush jab too to end a little bit early. Catch Angry Bird reaching.
It's a very passive play right now by Angry Bird.
Yeah, and I love this.
大鸟还在胜负，
Bait out maybe a
所以现在这个你看怒鸟在这边打把人打下败部，他完全就是来闹的，就是一个已经有资格的人在这边把人打下败部，但是他现在是落后。 这是线上赛，中东的线上赛。
55 seconds on the clock. He's content to just play it very patiently.
Yeah, knowing that these overextensions.
我 Angry Bird 突然走个稳。 对，不行啊，这个来不及刹车的。哦，中东网络。这应该是观战的那个那个吧。 哦，大家没事，看起来还好。哇，这绿葱被阻止死去。没有，这个停格应该是他们转播的观战的停格啊。那个跟玩家本身打是正常的。刚刚连段也没掉啊，没事。
Well, we'll let you know what happened as soon as we find out.
应该是观战台断掉。
We're playing on the internet, you know, guys. It's
线上赛正常哦，可以接受。
That's how you know it's.
We could give our
done live.
不过
We're not coming to you as a recording. I can tell you that much.
RealMF 被打爆第1局，但后面还蛮稳的，要把它拿回来。
Yeah, there might be some of that. But I really like how it seemed that Angry Bird was
然后
playing
我不知道是
much more distancey, much more slowly.
看得出来 Angry Bird Kami 还
for him in those last couple of rounds.
就是没有他啃那么没有他的啃那么顺啊。
Continually keeping on top of you and not letting you have a moment to even think about your options.
但我不知道他例如有些地方就是你消费去压的话是可以压到持续的，那你会更有力嘛。然后他都直接体感压，然后没压到这样。像他的重地键钻完之后，一个轻脚下重手可以压到多正很多。那又如果打到的话，可以下重手站重手接在一起。 然后刚刚怒鸟那边是下重手是前面没有消费，直接体感按。
I think the rule is that we're not going to interrupt their game, but as far as the next game, that one should be one that we get to take a look at. I guess unless RealMF ended up winning it, in which case, congratulations to him. But I don't know.
Surprise! The hidden camera footage. We're gonna have to like dive in and see exactly what happened there, but. Yeah, I mean, I really love it.
看不到，我想，因为我现在也是用 Kami， 想看看对高手用。不过 Kami 要练 Kami 的人还是应该是不会看怒鸟啊， 来看卡
Plus
斯诺
Frames
狗
just saying, I'm gonna backdash, I'm
比
gonna
较
bait out
多
your
有趣的东
throws,
西。
goad you into these, pretty precarious situations, and showed some really great hit confirms of his own, right?
Yeah, that's true.
And the drops also were definitely heart-wrenching, but
not ideal.
it made it more exciting.
That's true. Definitely.
双鸟，要是这场，
Yeah, I mean,
不过要是这场刚刚断线的那场，也不是他们玩家没有断线，就是 OB 断线。那个如果是 RealMF 赢的话，那怒鸟下败部，那双鸟要对战到就要比较久了，就要
dissuading that approach is going to be
比较后面了。
so important. But against Cammy, one misstep and then you are stuck in the vortex.
Punish counter dive kick. Definitely something to be concerned about if you miss your anti-air for sure. We always ask the players to talk a little bit about themselves. We always ask for shout outs, like tell us stuff, right? What's your quote that you want us to say on the air? And you may notice that we don't always show what the person's quote is.
顶强啊，
Sometimes it's interesting.
而且还是在中东的快打的
Good luck.
玩家数没那么多
that is the
的
most,
状况
that is the
下，
most confident answer you can give for someone because he's incredibly humble too. Like,
Yeah.
like
蛮厉害的
gracious in
应该
defeat and
而
like
且
humble in victory.
如果你有看他们开台，他们蛮常
Amazing.
线上
He
去
literally
找各
writes it
国
down,
的
says, good luck.
各国的高手打。
Yeah, definitely a thumbs up on the end of that one. And for shoutouts, he also wanted to shout out Titan Cafe Esports monthly tournament. That's very nice.
Yeah.
For RealMF, shoutouts to the local Arizona scene.
Hey, there
so
we go.
Although in Kuwait,
Yeah.
RealMF shouts out to the local Arizona scene. There's definitely a long history of players from that region coming over to the U.S. for studying abroad and the like, including to Arizona, who I can name a few players from the Middle East, from GCC, I guess, in particular, including from Saudi, a couple of guys who have had success in streetfighter over the years. You may have heard of Latif.
如果他们
That guy's
现
pretty
在
good.
In other games as well,
Yeah.
also pretty good. So that's an example.
让
of
他退开台吗？
I think that's very cool that that's who he chooses to show.
我记得 BigBird 有退去台了，
Right there. A treat to
他们
watch.
在 YouTube
We're
有
trying
他
to
们
watch
自己
all
的
the
频
Street
道。
Fighter. As you can see at the bottom, we are getting the updates on all of our World Warrior winners. Like I
要
said,
是
we
这
had
样
DJs
子
qualifying in the form of Fudo and Shen. ROF was able to get it. Travis Styles was actually gatekeeping that.
北美，
He already qualified, and ROF made
来，
the
我们
run
现在
happen,
先来
so
看
I love
看
to see that. And his tweet was like, "Yep, did it with JP. Feeling good about that one. Love that." And then Dual Kevin.
这是今天这场的8强的嘛？那
on the Luke, very convincing victory for the Midwest. Shout outs to you, Kevin.
8
It's
个
always a treat to watch your Luke and really shine with the character.
北
and
美
find
的
your
话，
place
我
in
们看看
Street
接
Fighter
下来的
6, so
schedule
love that. And
哦。
another Luke in the likes of Joe.
我们现在看的是这个中东，往后还有
Luke in Street Fighter 5. Already previously
下周有
in Street Fighter 5.
东南亚线上赛，
In 6.
然后12月初有日本线上赛，
Capcom Cup 10. And it's a treat.
再
Like,
来
we could get
12月第一周
Cammy
法
for
国、
so
西班牙、
Cammy
葡萄牙
and
线
Ken
上
are
赛
qualified,，and anybody else he decides to pick.
12月
Marisa
16
can be represented if
那个
BigBird is able to do
UK
it. And then
英国
also you have RealMF, who is
然后再
now
来
showing us, hey, we might get another
1
lane,
月
right? Yeah,
哦
for sure.
有
super good.
北
You
美，
mentioned things that have
也不是北美啊，
already
那
happened,
个
but there
美国、加拿大、
are
美
a couple
中
still to be decided.
Oh yeah.
There's this one, obviously. But then after this, there's also going to be France's World Warrior Finals.
然后再来1月中
We
美
got a few
国，
days off when it comes to the World Warrior, but in
跟美
November
国还有
24th, it all starts up big time again, and then that
2个
weekend,
线
from
上
November
赛，
24th
这样吗？
to
应该是吧？
28th, that's kind of
我看
4
一下。
days in there.
It is a chunk of qualifiers. It
Yeah,
is
a
nuts.
huge number of people will qualify for Capcom Cup in not even between the
现在别的地
24th
方
and the
不能打，不行啊
26th even. Those
Yeah.
2 days.
可以打还得了？
We have a
Nobody.
ton
哇，
of
那个
let's see.
可以打，我跟你讲，你这是什么？你先不要讲欧美啊，可以打的话，亚洲哦，那个东亚、东南亚哦，日本的玩家会全部塞过去
Okay, so，
塞过去
here's what's going on.
哦
We're。going to be restarting game 4 after all, actually.
Okay.
And it will be
因为日本大军那个整个亚洲区的线上赛全部打爆这样。
round that he had the perfect in. We're going to give him that. That's how it works.
He earned it.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
And then we're going to get back into the match.
Yeah, so very good stuff. We're getting right back into it, like we said. So Angry Bird only has to win one round here to even up the score to 2-2, and RealMF is going to get an opportunity. Obviously, the meters will fall where they and we can replicate it as best as we can.
然后除了官方线上赛，还有各地的 Warrior 嘛，这个就是像我们那个奥比杯那样。
And his worries right now, if he's able to get the winners finals, he just has to overcome BigBird and then become the #1 Angry Bird fan.
奥比杯下周决赛啊。
Right? He said, "I beat you." And you know what? You're going to do your best down there.
美娜超惨，美娜各种亚军，各种没拿到，从 EVO 一路到现在。你看他拿一大堆第2名，老实说，以稳定度跟表现来讲是顶尖的，强度也是顶尖的。但就是偏偏因为这个赛制，你各地区你只给第1名有那个资格，所以变成美娜到处拿第2名，根本然后变成他没有资格，有点可惜。不然你就一个。不然你就一个选手的强度跟稳定度来讲的话，你跟一个玩家可以拿到这么多的第2名是很强的。你一个比赛赢过一次，那是一回事嘛。
Exactly. Here we go. We're timing it out right here so that the meters are completely even. Control every variable.
他们连回去了。
Angry Bird.
他们连回去那个状态继续打。
One round to go for Angry Bird to even up the score to go to Game 5.
It's right back to this slow style for Angry Bird.
这边 Angry Bird 继续刚刚的策略，开始打的比较龟。
But nevertheless, with a clear intention at forward movement.
漂亮。
Suddenly, Angry Bird's there.
Yeah, I love that. Tapping into, changing the tempo, and it is a 100% success rate. If you are not jailing into that off of your stand fears,
好险，那个重手没被插到，没对空。
I really need to see the anti-air.
Yeah, that could be so key. In moments like this, Angry Bird needs to get out of the corner. He doesn't want.
两边都不敢乱出手。
It is either ground or air approach. And on the ground, RealMF's done a
good
job, but Angry Bird has been able to jump out of those situations many times.
Yeah, and not only showing the DPs on the drive rush, but now showing the drive reversal as well on any plus frames. And
其实就算你看职业玩家一时看到闪光拳，也是没办法马上反应过来说按零配啊。
There's only been one hit, now there's two.
他也是按了 parry。哇，停止！绿冲过来，然后赏他一巴掌，no， 把他打回去，又被推到角落，哇，好险！哇，这个刚刚那个架到，哇，你看 Angry Bird 一改打法，整个归到时间要到了。没办法，6秒5秒，他死搬着防不会打不过。哇 ，Angry Bird 这个哇有够龟。
I wonder if it's just to send a message. Like, I don't know. Very.
Oh, here we got it! Anti-air #1.
哇，终于对空了。
That was the message sent. Be like,
oh yeah, Dragon Punch.
Yeah, I have that.
哇，这边抢下中角。哇，他要改节奏吗？不过这边 Angry Bird 血量不优啊，自己进角落啊，这个被石油王影响是不是？哦，插得漂亮，这个超脚尖。 原地一跳是想掉什么东西？这个血量可能不太好打龟哦，不小心会龟不起来。哇，死了！突然又开始打进攻了，应该也不是突然啦，就是这个血量他不好继续龟。
I mean, you have to be ready for that tempo switch, and he is so good.
Back
to the patience.
Yeah, I think it's the patience. Sorry, the tempo switch that for me is the hardest to deal with. If somebody's playing very slowly, okay, I got solutions.
好，这或许是一个不错的打法，因为陆克其实比较少可以硬上别人的东西。陆克其实是个偏防守的角色。哦，有插到啦！这边直接给可以打完，应该差一点点杆吧。
Potentially push towards the corner. Angry Bird
对，差一点干，一拳干掉哦！哇，这个有点甜。哇，不行了，打完，强迫打干。
Yikes! Oh, about the
Oh
burnout.
boy!
啊，没办法
Finally did the trick.
哇，近距离，
By the dive kick, it's not going to be enough to kill, but you have to be so careful of the drive impact. Checks.
哦，差点死掉，刚刚那个轻脚有接到就结束啊，这个对空
BigBird did
跳得
not
太
have
甜
the
了。
problem of being unable to anti-air DP. Didn't come up very often, but
哇
it
，Angry
did.
Bird
He
还
had
是
the
稳住
3 to 2.
打回来啊
ultimately.
啊 ！RealMF 被网络拐气了一下，
A couple of anti-airs away from.
我觉得刚刚那个龟的地方真的有打乱人家节奏。
After you got burned out.
他突然超级龟，龟到时间到。
Amazing, but when he was not able to get the second, burnout was imminent, and Angry Bird was in complete control. And right here, it looks so good off of the first game, but then RealMF started just really.
个人觉得他一直去冲 RealMF 那边，就是主动进攻，然后拿不到什么好处，不如龟。
Beast mode was able to close it out there. Again, just really good looks from both sides. Changing the tempo was huge, but I feel like Angry Bird really came out on top because he was able to play slow, play fast, change it on a dime, and RealMF could not adjust in time.
我觉得也不算是从日文拿来的、啊，就是跳得很甜，就是你送人糖吃啊，就是有点这种感觉。但也有可能从大家从日文来，阿妈就是很甜，很好吃。哦，胜部冠军战就我们双鸟要互揍啦，不过我们要先看败部。
Not a surprise. Again, as we've been saying, there's a lot of talent in the region, but two of these players
真的是这两个真的是中东
and they're in winners finals, and I don't think that's
不倒的强
anything
豪
to be。surprised about. Two close training partners, two close friends. One of them already qualified for Capcom Cup.
哦，两个实在是太 close 了。
That's BigBird.
哪天宣布结婚我都不意外了。
That's one of his roots remaining.
他们的频道还是共用的、啊。这边是可以拿资格的吗？是的，这个的冠军会有卡杯的门票。因为上面看 Angry Bird 在上面嘛，那个 Angry Bird 已经有 Evo 的门票，所以呢，这场就会是如果 Angry Bird 拿冠军，那就替补给第二名这样。
Events coming next week. Asia Southeast registration
东南亚区
PST today, so make sure that you sign up now because this is going to be another opportunity.
怒鸟技术性要大鸟在胜部，你说等一下他们打就故意输，怒鸟故意输下去吗？规则上、逻辑上他可以这样干，对，但被看出来的话就很糟糕了。就是被抓打假赛会，但这你也很难抓嘛。但是他又打不好，真的会太难看，所以应该是不会的。
hands with Capcom during this first year of Street Fighter 6. They've really been supporting the FGC big time, and it's been great. Really love to have that involvement there. Really love to have some Chipotle as well.
我觉得大家都是认真打
Downloading the app and ordering.
而且
Thanks so much to Chipotle for being a big supporter of the CPT.
哦，如果
So we're gonna take a short break, and we
如
will be back with more
果
of this thing in just a little.
这样
bit.
讲啦，他可能
Stick around.
他可能已经有，我觉得已经有门票的话，对他来讲，就是再怎么样，我觉得心态上都会比较放松，就是可能不会那么拼了。因为他毕竟这个比赛他赢不赢就是没什么差，对他来讲就是只差说有没有多赚一点零用钱这样。然后等一下可以看说，我觉得看怒鸟不是看对怒鸟，等一下打大鸟的玛丽莎的时候，如果大鸟用玛丽莎，然后怒鸟要是还开 Kami 的话，我觉得他可能就是没那么想赢了。就他要是还开 Kami 来练的话，我觉得他可能就是没那么想赢，感觉了。因为肯打那个玛丽莎就是爆干有力好打的。Hello 安来晚吗？没有哦，还没，还在打，还有得看。然后反正有资格要练副角。就是说，他如果开肯出来， 就代表说他还是很想赢。因为我觉得可能跟 Kami， 因为这2次我都有稍微玩一下嘛。那打玛丽莎的话，可能是比 Kami 压倒性的好打的。可能那个占重权你插各种。插各种玛丽莎的拳脚，那个占重拳是万劫，什么都可以打。我觉得他练 Kami 是对策啊，就是那些上位角对策可能。因为上面那几只有点，就是大家觉得有点相克啊之类的这种感觉。最上面3幻神，那个 JP 肯路克。我自己 Kami 打平常 rank， 我是觉得路克是 Kami 相对我自己打起来比较不会打的，但可能我打的方式不对。但其他的话，肯跟 JP 其实都不会说真的很不舒服。用 Kami 的话。对啊，打 JP， 因为 JP 会很难远距离跟你丢波，因为你不小心塞到一个胖胖卷过去 ，JP 就会死人了。胖胖拳那个距离就是那个飞这么远的那个距离，然后打中。你要想你要是穿到坡打中是 punish counter，punish counter 的胖胖拳打中是可以再接一个重手开始的连段的，就是你被穿个坡是会打很痛的。对啊，他穿坡的性能很好，然后那个 JP 又特怕被穿。DJ 的话，我觉得我自己感觉比较不像是角色好不好打，而是你打 DJ 真的是你要克制一下自己看到负的拳脚想按回去的冲动，不然真的会被后侧部掉到死。我用什么控制器？我现在用大摇。雷蛇的 Panthera 大摇杆，把大摇用太久。5代的时候，其实我是看角色用不同的控制器的。这是官网的小游戏。等一下可以看看败部的，等一下败部第一站的他们那个程度如何，体会一下是不是真的跟中东的水准，是不是真的跟双鸟差距这么远
？Nice! Angry Bird
他
would
们要访
explain
谈。
during the glorious Street Fighter League days. I'm looking forward to seeing what you do in future Street Fighter Leagues and everything. And right now, man, in Street Fighter 6, you are looking absolutely insane. How have you started off so strong with this new game, bro?
I mean, I'm always with the mentality, just do your best, practice every day.
Yeah.
So I try to.
败部角色不知道，因为那些选手我也不熟。对，等一下看吧。我衷心的希望不要再太多的路克人啃，还有 JP。
Okay,
来一些特别角色吧，拜托。
Like that. Okay. And then I organize my gameplay. Okay, this is this. And then after that, I started getting the optimal routes. Okay, in this scenario, I can do this. In this, I shouldn't do this. And then, okay, the game plan here is not to take damage out of your opponent. Sometimes it's take drive gauge out of the opponent. So you need to put this into account. So I started understanding more and more every day. until I got to this level.
All right, I gotta ask you about your fitness journey too, my man, because you're looking mighty swole, mighty lean, and all that. You know what I'm saying? So I remember earlier on when I first met you, you wasn't like heavy in the gym or nothing like that.
Not at all.
Not at all. I feel like it was, or neither was Adele either.
Yes, not Adele.
buff 其他，我觉得一定是从 buff 的方式去做的啦，因为
he had to bring me. He was like, bro,
，There's too many benefits.
you got a belly now. You need to come.
虽然现在大家都用那些上位角嘛，就是但是他们并没有强到太崩坏，我觉得，因为动力系统的关系，所以有一点动力系统就 parry、impact 这些东西有一点可以强迫平衡的功能存在，所以没有那么崩坏。然后在调整角色上，你要是调了什么东西，导致这个角色原本可以干什么事情变成不能干，例如说连段原本可以连变不能连，这是很糟糕的。我觉得他们绝对不可能干这种事，所以一定不会是朝 nerf 的方向去搞。
So that was my main motivation for the clothes.
Yeah.
That
Hey,
was my
look,
main
it ain't that wrong with that. I feel you 100%.
Yeah.
Okay, last thing I'm gonna ask you about.
原因
So right now, a lot of people.
buff 猜测吗？
You been a.
我对其他角色的那个强弱的感觉没有那么准啊，我觉得，因为我没玩啊。
So now, you know, there's $1 million on the line for first place, $2 million overall. So what does it mean to you that there's that much money on it, and what would you do with the bread if you did win $1 million?
If I won $1 million, I'll buy a house.
阿鬼，然后阿鬼有一个以这个游戏的系统来讲很糟糕的地方哦，就是他的下轻手连点是连防，就是你防御阿鬼的下轻手连点2下，他是连防，中间是点不出东西来的，这是非常糟糕的事情，在这个游戏是很糟糕的事情。
Hey everybody，
因为你完全没办法骗对手说速点点回来，然后你打他扛。阿鬼是没办法干这件事情的。
Pro Tour 10 qualified player, and you know what? Couldn't be CPT without a new amazing theme song here.
JP 还多无敌神龙干什么 ？JP 到无敌神龙这游戏不要玩了。
Yoshia Terayama, a member of Cap Jams, who we got to see at EVO. It was amazing seeing them live. We got to hear the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and even more on display. Absolute pleasure to listen to. And the talented artists J-Star, Rocco 808, and Randy Marks are on the track delivering.
Kimberly 如果有无敌凹就很强哦，很强，防御就好多了。
Legend, and it is available now. If you aren't Legend rank, you can listen. I absolutely promise. And it may help you get to that point too. The inspiration you need.
指令头。
You got a smartphone. If you got anything.
我印象啊，上市之前的 PV， 老张的那个指令头投完的距离，没有现在这么远。我觉得他们上市前把它改远，我感觉好像有点这样。我现在没得看，但我印象是我看到上市前的 PV， 我觉得哇靠，老张指令投完绿冲过去超级贴的。
YSF-B is where we are headed here.
超恐怖，但是上市之后发现，你指令投完绿冲过去没那么贴，没办法连摔。
A nice little glimpse at how strong those two players are.
Yeah, absolutely. Even though BigBird put on a clinic again, 6 for 7 of the command grabs did connect. Still,
这一批的魔杖加成金，这倒是算是个比较有可能改法，就是这一批本身连段啥的不会动。
One hell of a show. Same thing, Fandroid, a fight to be remembered. And Hamood and YSF are going to be the ones to come up to the plate potentially against Fandroid. After their performances yesterday, we could get ourselves a DJ mirror, or it might be
上位角最难上手这一批吗？
Are you able to make it happen? There's not a lot of fireballs you can clap.
我觉得是啊，同意。这一批呢，有的没的套路，然后什么时候接什么东西，然后又一堆浮空什么，然后 SA2 的套路有的没的，困难。这边阿木对右边 YSF-B， 左边那个阿木的赞助商是 BigBird， 我在想说是不是双鸟赞助他，还是说刚好他们那边有个 BigBird， 傻眼。
The opportunity to play against the most DJs, but still, in your experience, how does this normally shake out?
Yeah, I mean, I've played against a lot of DJs.
轻薄力伤害地方遇难。
The best DJs in the world. If that makes sense.
Just call Fudo.
金博一就差一个凹啊，就是一个凹，他就很完整角色。我不知道为什么，我觉得他有凹，其实就也还 OK， 就破墙。
For normal DJ Honda circumstances,
拳脚也
I
不
mean, I
错
think the DJ controls the stage pretty well. He
这边
does
是
a lot
吧
of damage.
哦 ，DJ 打本田啊，拜托本田赢啊，求你！我希望本田赢，我这场我就压本田了。
I think EX headbutt is still really, really effective. I think
请问新手第一个要练什么？连招吗？
Slowly and cautiously is fine as
连招好
Honda
无
in this
聊，
match
每次
because
都
you
转
have
不
the
好。
ability to do so much damage yourself and your own offense is really strong. And in fact, in some ways, Honda's
简单的
defense is
连招，
better than
简单的连招练一
DJ's
两
in
个，
this
然后打一
match.
打，
So
再
there are
感
some
觉一
options
下
that he
吧。
has that I think really work
简单
well.
的。
You can't do EX Sway versus Honda. Did you know that the EX headbutt is just straight up counter to that?
那如果
If you block the first hit,
我
you
自
can
己
always
啦，
just do
我
EX
先讲我
headbutt
自
and
己
none of the follow-up options.
我自己是
Will recover in time.
在练习模式打出一套连段，我也会觉得那个操纵起来的手感，我会舒服的，就是我会享受这个操作的感觉的。那如果你连招对你来讲是不是好玩的事情的话，那我觉得你就用现代模式的那个 auto 连段就好了，你就不用练连段了。因为对我来讲，光是操作打出 combo 就很好玩。所以对我来讲，练连段是有趣的。但要是练连段对你来讲不有趣，那就用现代模式就好了。
Yeah, these are the best kind of matches too, especially when the players have a history. You don't like you'll get to see the layer.
对，大连段很重要，初期的时候大连段很重要，因为初期的时候你常常是你有机会确反，然后你打得不够痛。
Or just really changing your expectations for how a match would.
你确反或者是 DI 撞到能够打得够痛，就等于你更容易在该把别人干掉的时候收血收掉。你少练这个，你就等于本来可以赢的，但你错过这个赢的机会。哦，这边 DJ 本田上场哦，马上完美赔来。OK， 很冷静，没有乱按。我这边本田应该要打得比较冲一点，没办法随便头锤。哦，开始摔起来。哦，这个重手还哇好偷，这边打完死掉喽。哦，这漂亮哇，那个选择很棒。刚刚对空完，然后他按个中手偷撞完那个连段刚好杀人，选择非常好。哇，进角落不舒服哦，哇退康退到，怎么会在这解摔啊？受不了凹了。阿木。
Gotta find a pocket
He's getting
out.
blended for a while. Go looking for the knee and instead it's just jumping across. That was cool. Good choice by Hamood.
哇，看不见，哇，无法反应。哇，怎么被打康？啊，这边也偷撞，死去。OK。
We're going to see that again today, even though perfect was on the side of Yusuf. Got ourselves an even game.
哇，按 parry 这个好痛。
Punished by the drive rush. Grab one of the best drive rushes.
哇，勇敢点回去。
Oh man, and this is where it gets hard, yeah.
无法阻止，哇，这边也解摔了，完了，死去了，哎呀。
Oh man, I got a call. No.
CA 嘞 ，CA 嘞，哦。摆烂，北烂。
But Amu in control even with the drop. Like
right back into it, yeah.
Yeah, Yusuf didn't find a
迅速的下一场，这些人都不等了。
And again, it was all Yusuf trying to go for the perfect parries. That really did not pay off because Amu had to grab.
哦，这个是晒的还是看的？用屁股抓绿冲，真是假的？ 哇，刚刚他那个 Soba Kick 会直接点回去，有点抖。哇，又被哇，这个还摔角落，开始按喽。哦，好漂亮，他看到那个假动作点回去了。不过这边 Burnout 还好，要不要冲 ？DJ 要不要绿冲？敢不敢绿冲？
Not looking like he's too intent about moving forward.
Hands once again.
Ooh!
The short headbutt.
Maybe trying to have parry, not the cam.
Oh,
2次后撤步没有得逞。
Oh my God, driver's jab.
这边这边有点，哎呦喂哦，这个硬按好险被按爆。
Schrodinger's headbutt. It's always there, but it's always not. You gotta open the box to find out.
对空太早按啦，这个
Other side
会打错边，要在最后一刻等人换边再对空才会啊！这个认可打法，哎，
Oh
huge chance to make Yusuf pay even.
换边连段飞了没连。
Yeah, we've seen a lot of those drops here today. So again, you've got to.
那个换边连段很帅啊，但
saw a couple of opportunities where the combo just didn't play.
下上脚没集气，整个人都飞了。 相杀这个
using it that way to check the pokes from DJ. Super important piece of the puzzle here for this matchup.
哇，无法阻止对冲，
Just trying it out. Okay, back to.
而且这边 DJ 的气条有力。
For that light string too, because again the tap parries have been coming out consistently from Yusuf.
哦，这边反而把自己打崩了。他阿木这边会不会太冲了
Yeah, but it also leaves Honda on the other side of the stage.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
然
DJ's
后
kind of cornered, I guess. Depending how you think about it after that.
2次 dash 前面，
Not where Honda can pressure.
Exactly. And now.
但本田这边也其实也很难硬进去拿血哦。
Yusuf has to find a
怎么办
way in before this drive gauge comes back, or it can be incredibly rough. Oh my God!
Ooh.
Booty.
Great grab. He hadn't been doing that.
Grab
啊，没办法
Before
啦
he。had done jab into like crouching short, like those had been his.
他那边很怕，刚刚在奔到发坡那边啊，被
against that comes
外
out.
面赔。
Yeah, and again,
哦，
that's
打
something
气
the drive gauge, something
打
that
气
we
条
see
攻击。
players start to adjust to over time. Odie headbutt, keep that arm.
现在越来越多玩家会选择这个时候去打气条。
It's been so good with the chops there.
哇，又来了，
Mad close, really great
这
awareness.
次打完
That could have been definitely.
又被完美配，但这个空中的不好切。
Not the right option after the perfect parry.
Leaving Yusuf already in kill range. Amu's out of there.
Again, back throw. Now you're in the corner. It's free real estate. Nah, again, the grab has been so good. The tap parry's not coming out from Yusuf.
一直推康，哦，反摔要不要？
Cover in time. How about that?
Yeah, very interesting. Drive rush down. Very good tool. Nah.
哇，偷到了，结束这场
Upper combo, and it's not going to be even that hard to do.
啊！
It's time. We got some back pain. It's not easy.
本田加油
He
啊
had！dropped that before, so I'm.
对空好可以在金牌左右，
For Amu.
Yeah, and we were excited about Amu coming in today too because he looked really
对空
on
好
the，loser side. We did not expect
你对空好，然后你要会一
the
些
level of
压起
convincing
身什么
play. We thought it
的
was
套
going to be a
路
close
吧。
set, and it was a blow.
That's right. Yes.
So
你连段正
Amu
常
has，those same looks today.
其
Yusuf,
实就金牌了。
maybe the quote we said we spoke too soon, like the perfect in the beginning. Maybe it was a red herring.
哇，这个消费吗？
Amu is doing whatever
消费
he
错
pleases.
吗
Tap parry is not your friend
那个
right here.
抓指令头摔空，
It's another throw on the menu.
哇哇哇哇哇，这个干什么干什么干什么？开始哦，
No, not this time.
他没有对到空，好险！
But not out of the corner just yet. Huge counter it. Oh,
头撞
no.
结束。
So very strong stuff by Amu.
The mental stack is immense. It's
Ah.
not only the drive rush grab, it's not the drive rush jab. The jump knees have been so good with the short hops and the drive impacts. They
本田
connected
这
every
边
single
哇很凹很凹，这个看起来是打到，但我觉得这个凹有点
Okay, here
看
it is.
Yeah, great check.
看得出来他是没办法中的办法。
Nice little
Going
extension.
for a little
Oh, 好
stage
痛
B. Taking off just a couple of bars
哎
drive
呦
just like
反被
that.
打了。
No perfect parry this time on the butt slam. Want to see if we can get some varied
不
timing
过他这边哇不要，这边 DJ 这边感觉对屁股没什么辙，没辙。对，
No perfect parry, but it doesn't
Wow.
matter the hands. Oh wow!
You do have a few frames in there. Nice call.
Yeah, super good
哦
again.
开始
The
喽
tap parry getting punished.
Oh, is it?
没有
No, this should be the kill.
结束
Barring a
了。
drop. No.
哎，北兰
Doesn't matter. The reset afterwards. Again, the drop from Amu. Having to get one more interaction.
阿木的
Yusuf
DJ 啊把本田打回家啦。
Again, it just did not work out. And Amu, DJ did as they pleased in this set
Yes.
right here. And Yusuf sadly was not even.
可
And
恶
I，
怎
think
么
it
没
really
有
came
本
down
田
to
晋
what you
级
said before, the varying offense and really changing the option almost every single time. And
第一局打得还不错啊，但是后面真的是没办法。
got one perfect parry in those pressure sequences, which
本田没有什么好的拳脚可以阻止他对冲进来，有点糟糕。
and you've lost your drive gauge, and then you're fighting back.
然后打到第2、3场的时候，那个 DJ 这边完美配的 tempo 比较有抓到，然后变得也不是很好去撞人家。
We did it together.
Yeah, exactly. They have played a lot, as Hamood mentioned, and yeah, throughout this, I think that offense is really the big thing. You know, not always just straight up corner pressure. Unfortunately, drop here, but he.
到白金大队的，你到大师也是，你有在想说什么时候跳的话，你其实还是很容易跳人的。
In general,
这没有那么容易说对空一定都在对的。
DJ's great at that, of course.
很难。
But
即使是现代模式也一样。
intended counters because he does have some. Unfortunately for him, he was just wrong a bunch of times, right? He tried parry when it was grab, and he tried strong when it was hit, and like that just, you know, sometimes you get it wrong, and unfortunately for him, he did consistently, and
这样的话，下一场
throughout. Good luck to him. It will be Fandroid.
哈木德
Hamood
对 Metplex。
Oh yeah.
Fandroid is who sent Hamood down to
不知道是什么
lose
角
in
色
the
哦。
first place.
Yeah, and I mean, after that performance that BigBird was able to do on Fandroid, Hamood's got to be feeling good. It's like, okay, now I have a
现在这边比你弱很多。
format to really dismantle Fandroid. So watching that set,
但有少东西，少拳脚啦，但
very important for Hamood to get that run.
我觉得以一般玩家的程度来讲，
Yeah, I mean, this is the strongest
重点不在于，根本不在于现代跟经典有没有少什么东西。
It's the unofficial, like
所以其实我觉得对大部分玩家来讲是没有差的。
They're the Evo champ now. So it might be BigBird coming up here, but we actually have another losers match coming up.
就是还没有强到会被这些短处影响，其实还有很多其他可以练的东西，可以强化的东西，都跟是不是现代跟经典没无关。
Is definitely a slept-on character.
哦，有春丽跟 Jury 相对也都算是热门角啊。
And now here in the Middle East with the likes of Hamood, and I love this character. Obviously, Travis Styles playing the character too in the pocket with Jury, so having a Chun-Li technically.
就像你要连段的话，其实现代没有，我觉得真的你要认真的打大伤害连段，现代没有比较简单啊。 对我来讲反而比较难，因为你有些拳脚你要 auto 跟那个拳脚一起按，变成连段有些时候是2颗键之类的。
Yes, minus maybe.
就是反而没有那么容易。
She has the most overheads in the game.
There's so many. There's overheads behind the overheads.
There can be.
And there's underheads. She's got lows too.
Wow, overheads? Oh no.
Overheads?
Oh no.
It's so overheads. It's so overheads.
Metplex is
我现在卡杯门票，我记得我看看。
BigBird. Currently 7th in the
目
World
前已
Warriors.
经
Hamood showing up well there. Metplex actually has not entered. So that's a little bit of the backstory.
已经有
As far as
的
how they're feeling today, let's go over to a quote for Hamood. Good luck to Metplex. We have played many times in locals, and I'm glad he made it this far. But Jury doesn't scare me anymore. Let's see how this
这
goes.
边
I feel like a lot of players felt that way as we got further.
祝对方好运啊！我们互相打了很多，
The Capcom Cup, the character definitely has what it takes.
但是呢，
And I feel like that's a majority.
我已经不再害怕朱莉了，朱莉不会再。
I mean, yeah, it happened.
And then you look at Lily.
感觉这 flag
just won the tournament, the team tournament for the FAV Cup. Like any character can do it.
It's pretty remarkable. Yeah. It's awesome to see for sure.
捷豹有个
As far
恨
as
点，
from
板边猜拳
Metplex, his quote is Hamood is a
啊，
crazy
就
strong
是
player
没
and
办法
a
嘛，
person.
被压板边。
I'm not ready either, but I'll try to win anyway.
Yeah, I mean,
那他是有意要做成这样的啊。
of losers here, Metplex versus Hamood.
我被跳到啦，那个看起来想出站中脚去对空，站中脚对空你要很有反应，因为其实出的动作没那么快。哇，这边凹到，这个是不是认识？他们刚刚说他们互相就是地方比赛打很多，这一定是认识啊。 他知道说人家喜欢开场凹，哪很开场这样反凹的？哇，死去哦！
Show for sure.
No, Hamood looked great. Great spacing, great reactions. Denying someone
哦，互看这
and there as
个
well.
一定凹到的。
Denying the easy approach.
Yeah, we saw the same thing from
乱动。
There are going to be no errant drive rushes or drive cancels on my watch. If I've got a reversal, you're getting off of it.
这边春丽这边要想要苟一些气回来。
哇，
这看起来想出升龙，但没出出来。然后这边也掉康，但是捡到了，打完死了。
Yeah, can go level 2 and level 1, but the level 3 is what's on the menu. And yeah, like you said, didn't accept the hit confirm because we saw the shimmy come in right after. But wait a minute.
一阵慌乱。
Just looking for offensive pressure, but unfortunately for Metplex, but Metplex did like crouching. I don't remember what button it was, but that might have been intended DP and just didn't come out. I don't know.
Might have been like crouching medium.
Was it medium punch?
Yeah, I think it was crouching medium punch, but just didn't get the DP. That happens from time to time.
又凹了，他真的很爱凹啊！
Harder to get. Wow.
哇，这个被穿坡打到潘尼康，头撞，哎，这距离掌握的不错，安全跳再撞，看人家没有，这是平常打太多，知道对方对一倍没反应，再撞死了，哇！
And without a hope in that round here, Hamood trying to make it a quick 2-0 in their favor. Chun-Li is a menace.
抢到后走，
Hamood
摔。
All the mix-ups are working out so well.
哎，这也太爱凹了吧？怎么回事啊？人家什么都不动啊，这个放枪怎么回事？
Fortunately for Hamood, suddenly Metplex gets a
哦，这
great
边也
chance.
撞回
Totally
去。
different story. And now needs one more hit to get the kill.
That was the ghost from top 16's pass.
这个耗杆去打不太好吧？
Wasn't gonna kill. He would have lost all resources.
这边变你干掉了，这边打最大打全支援连段又不会杀人，为什么要把自己打干呢？
Now has to play a little bit slower. Let's see. Burnout is now going to be gone for Metplex.
Some brave walking, but she's
哦，
among
他
the
狗
best
狗
guys.
回来了，还可以。
Walk jab. Oh, nothing.
哇，没取消，刚那个前中手确认打完死了。
Check right there, and that is going to
Okay.
be game 2 going over to Hamood. And yeah, like I said, that was another look from yesterday. The ghost from the past.
然后这场就看看春丽的好腿，被撞死了。
Can't let that happen again.
Yeah.
对啊，他根本没被压到脸上，起来就凹了，
No.
忍不住啊，升龙乱喷。
Well, good recovery.
好，两边都中东都没有在回角色选单思考的。哦，这个也是。他刚春丽怎么防了一个气功，然后升龙就出来了。
Gotta see strong offense here from Metplex in the corner. It's just not something that we've seen yet in this match.
哦，这整个换边看不出来啊。
Suddenly it's Hamood. Okay, yes. Gotta get this.
又凹啦，哦，这次防到了。 Perry 这个好想法哦，他刚写比较不，他刚气条比较低了。Perry 可以 Perry 到 Impact 赚的气很多。想盖头没有，正的摔。哇，那朱棣看气功过来很勇敢的，在气功前面把手伸出去撞他，那这打完死掉了。 GG， 哇，真的是打得很熟啊。
Just overextending in terms of drive rush buttons range.
And I love that too.
要不要稳起来？就以这个，
Yeah.
哇，被虚米到。场中这边突然解摔，怎么回事？哦，这个延迟的空差，我也是常常被这个踢啊。
Knowing that they will answer, they have the skills. Uh-oh.
会不会凹？哎，这个跳背啊，突然来一个。
This is huge. What is the reset going to be here? Is it
打
going to be
完
a grab? Is it going to be a vertic parry? Or are we going to see
安全跳。
on the landing? Gotta be so careful. Stance up.
So patient.
哎，怎么按这个音配出
Waiting
去
for？the DP too because
Yeah, I think that's
Metplex
right.
你要不要苟一点气回来？不然你没得打哦。
burnout. And Hamood knows, trying to keep the initiative
OK
going.
OK。
The hold parry has been
Oh
so
man,
good.
Metplex is in big.
哎呀，
Just walks
突然
forward, thought that it was time to move.
撞死了。
Hamood denied it. 3 games to 0.
OK，
What a set by
中
Hamood.
东还是
Even
双
in a
鸟
set
的
where，he
真
did
的。
have a couple of errors, he nevertheless
看这
recovered
个
very
内
well,
容，我
and
觉得
for
跟
the
双
most
鸟大概
part,
没得打啊。
he played it fantastically. I really like his responses, his matchup knowledge, his mid-range control.
刚刚那
The
个
whip punishes were there.
跟大鸟打的 DJ 已经是
Yeah, Texas
跟陆鸟打的
across
DJ 已
the
经
board
强，
looking strong. There was only those really 2 glaring
这个太
errors.
妖了，
The whip,
感
spin,
觉
rear kick, and then,
太
you
熟
know,
了。
the full screen with up kicks. But again, not really a huge punish from the side of Metplex
yeah.
on those. So, you know, minor infractions.
Minor, honestly, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, that was nothing minor about this performance. Hamood just
this
ran
corner
a
series
clinic.
was great.
Yeah, it felt like every single time Hamood got Metplex into the corner, it was lights out. And the opposite was not true for Metplex. It felt like Hamood was either able to find a jump out with the jab, maybe even a low forward on the shimmy. And God, that was all she wrote right there. Hamood able to push to the corner. And it was just exactly what you want to see from Chun-Li. Act as the wall, and when you're on offense,
解摔真的是解了就死掉啊
to keep your opponent guessing. And the guessing game did not go Metplex's way. Still, amazing performance, ending here at 7th place for the Middle East, alongside YSF-B in the loser side. 2 3-0s back-to-back. But your reward, Hamood, is RealMF, who almost took down BigBird. You were almost able to get a game.
这样看的话，应该
So I mean, actually, no, it was Angry Bird, so one of the 2 birds. My apologies. So you have one hell of a match.
RealMF
Again, it's Kuwait
会
versus UAE, and then on the other
赢，
side,
然后
Kuwait versus Pakistan. So we still have Kuwait showing up.
刚刚
strong
胜负
here,
下来的
UAE
感觉赢面比较大。
continuing to stay on top winner side, but that can change here as we continue to move through losers, as these have been some pretty contentious matches and a lot of blow-ups too. 3-0, 3-0, 3-0, and a 3-2. Angry Bird getting pushed to the limit here. And don't let tournaments limit you from entering anything, because while we are getting towards the World Warrior Finals, there's a lot to watch and a lot to enjoy. So make sure that you continue to support the World Warrior. If you want more information on where you can find everything World Warrior, it's going to be the CapcomProTour.com. You can look at the schedule. You can see exactly who has played, what are the standings, and what you have to come. And shout out once again to super__Yan for putting together a wonderful spreadsheet that has every single start.gg, every single date, and for the dates that she doesn't have information on yet.
那接下来他们那边休息，我看一下比赛，看一下。下礼拜奥比杯的那个 Warrior 决赛。
Oh yeah. So whoever doesn't win here today still has a chance to make it through into Capcom Cup to compete for that grand prize of $1 million. Still got a chance.
目前已经有资格的玩家。
A short break again. We'll be back with even more of the top 8 after this.
目前有资格玩家，怒鸟、永肯、嘎奇坤、对吧？系的希望、陆克，是 Travis。 忘记在哪个比赛有看过他。大洋洲、春丽、肯、库萨纳吉哦，然后蛇眼的老伤哦，这真的是稀有角啊 ！SSR 级稀有啊，蛇眼。 Duki、JP、NL、陆克、卡巴的凯尔、巴西 DJ， 不错哦，还蛮那个的，符合地区。然后这是之前在南非的假变，他之前是。 他在红牛杯这个脚变在红牛杯的时候用的是纯理啊，没记错的话。没有啊，蛇眼是个帅哥黑人啊。然后这是 Phenom， 也是长时间在赛场上的职业玩家。Hello， 早。目前看起来还是肯。 三肯，陆两陆克，两 DJ， 然后后面还有一大堆啊，后面还有各地的 Warrior 要出来，所以还有地区线上赛。为啥只有上面的陆克是紫色的？好问题。 我刚刚也在想， 哦，它用色好像不一样。其实 Gachikun 这个颜色也有点不一样，好像橘色吗？新加坡粉红色的。这2位是线下赛 ，Gachikun 跟希望。虽然为什么是紫色，我也还是不知道。板商哦，我们来看看。哦，这是波斗教学。下手到脚那个，我记得我在哪个快打群里面有看到那个有人贴昨天的日本的某个比赛，那个 Hibiki 就日本第一莉莉把卡给暴打，日本第一莉莉暴打了卡给鲁 JP。有点厉害，该不会莉莉是 JP 对策？反商赢 Margo， 杰米哦，我觉得杰米的功能上有一个尬的点，就是你玩就是杰米。应该这样讲，现在有好几个角色都是你玩那个，你会觉得啊，玩这只我干嘛不去玩肯之类的。对，我觉得可能莉莉，我觉得莉莉要大家可能玩了久了，要开发出比较，莉莉要开发的不是说它的连段什么，而是开发战略。就是打法，什么时候急风干嘛的，想不到莉莉面对 JP 怎么急到第一风，这就是猜。
We are joined with one of the Middle East finest tournament organizers, amongst other things. Of course, I am talking about V/'s very own Hassan or HMC. What's going on with you, Hassan?
他们要讲什么东西？然后你可以 OD 穿坡硬盖上去搞他一轮，对不对
？What can you tell us about V/ and Slash and Dash and I know you guys do like multiple fighting games.
We started with Street Fighter, since we are Street Fighter players. We had a few CPTs happen offline.
JP 有不利的对局吗？我觉得 Kami 好打 JP 啊。
Started V/esports.
穿坡强的、速度快的，其实都容易啊。
Showcase themselves. So it started as a community project, and the age of the community
其实
really high compared to.
你看肯那个中距离有跑步踢，其实也蛮不错的。然后 Jury 是绿冲快，然后中距离你绿冲起来，可以直接穿过他的坡。
Late compared to the West, but people play the game. They have really high level. But they don't want to go travel, take a risk. They have the family obligations and all of that. As V/, Mohammed created V/.
阿三哦
When he started running the tournament, I started.
没怎么看过阿三打 JP， 看太少。
We made our first event at the end of 2019. So then, you know what happened in 2020. And then in 2022, we were approached by.
RP 觉得金伯利好打。
Capcom to run the
金伯利
which for us was an achievement.
靠滑梯靠瞬移吗？
So running a tournament
滑梯瞬移去硬上人家。
He ended up doing something very unique and something very.
应该说，你有什么东西可以阻止他远距离乱丢坡，或者让他远距离乱丢坡这件事情要思考的话，就会相对好打很多。大门扁了好几个，不是啊，那个是玩家机体的问题啊，大门那么厉害的。
Middle East is well underway. We have finished losers round 1, and 2 competitors have dropped out of our top 8, and we are going to continue moving forward in losers. I'm Jake Ryan, joined by Ultra David here today, #1 Honda fan, and sadly, no more Honda in the bracket.
continue.
我老商打 JP 真的是打
No, I forgot to bring my.
真的
board.
是痛苦啊，9-1开吧。但蛇眼还是跟过去了，蛇眼那个把老张打爆，然后拿冠军。
Today,
as Onda says on the screen.
蛇眼老张把 J1 打爆。
Unfortunate.
DJ gets to continue playing.
No, I mean, I thought it was great. Let's check out the bracket here. Amu played so well in that set. I love the offense. I love the neutral that he was playing.
接下来
is to play against Fandroid, who
啊，
said
胜部还是败部呢？
and also plays DJ. So that's going to be a real fun one to watch. I think a real barn burner. Two dudes you can just scoot around.
我说大门有比大门的参考参考度不能拿去当平均的R3的好不好打。
From YSF-B was what he had to say. DJ just gets to do whatever he pleases, and you know, kind of looked like that a little bit. It's interesting. Sort of played out that way, and then it's going to be Fandroid and both.
风格有差。
RealMF versus Hamood is the other side of losers, of course. Hamood Chun we just saw put on a clinic, played great.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was excellent. And RealMF is there after having lost a close one versus Angry Bird. So first we're going to go to Fandroid versus.
OK， 从 loser 先打，败部先打，所以现在是 Fandroid 打阿木。
He is everywhere and everything all at once. Pressure, defense, supers, you name it. Anti-airs, jump-ins.
Oh man, is it not going to be a DJ mirror after all? Does Amu have the Cami on deck?
It might.
He did tell us that he has other characters up his sleeve.
哦，阿木
We
要
haven't seen it yet
选
on stream.
他刚好像用 DJ 是不是？他是要
He's
用
going to bring out
Cami 吗？
one of. He told us he plays DJ, Jury, Luke, and Cami.
I mean, the pockets are deep in the character variety right here. And I mean, it has to be deliberate, right? You saw what happened before in the Fandroid matchup.
我想多看点
Cami. You have to have a game plan that is designed here because we've been seeing Amu look amazing on the DJ, right? So there's something about this matchup in the mirror that Amu does not like.
Sometimes people just don't like mirror matches.
Yeah.
That's not necessarily a commentary on like who's the better player. You're not like the better player overall if you win the mirror match or lose the mirror match necessarily.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just uncomfortable for people and they would rather play something else,
OK
even if it's
哦，一
not
边
you know a bad match or a counter match.
Yeah.
As this
感觉那边是没什么打牌，他的
something that's more
Cami
comfortable.
没什么打牌位。
And the comfort is taken away.
哇，那开场凹这是什么？
Uh-oh. That is
不妙。
not how you want to start. Camis are 50% off.
哇，这个延迟点被呛到。
Holiday sales here, and it's looking like Fandroid is one touch away from up perfect.
可能
Not what Amu wanted for his start.
没有，他有很多角色啊，他主要的 main 角可能不是，他可能不想开 DJ 打 DJ 啊，对空啊。
No cross cut to be had, and now Fandroid is controlling the screen space. No grab allowed either.
Ah.
What an anti-air. So
was
damn
crouching.
good.
He was hanging out there for
被
a
阴
while.
暗干，
Already
不过跳得好
How do you
啊。
approach a man who's holding down back, has
OK，
a
好
flash
险。
kick and a fireball? You don't.
哦，漂亮的空插，
Yeah, too many crouch.
漂亮对抗。
Uh-oh.
哦，这边 Burnout 反而压着别人打，不错。
Let's see, can you do
要不再摔？哎，死翘
It
翘，
was the correct answer. Your win is a V on the
柔道到
board.
死。
Would you like to buy a Valve?
That's all I want. No, but denied.
绿中怎么没接到？
Chance to get things going right there for Amu. Unfortunately, no.
Again, throwing fireballs can be pretty scary here for the
跳得好。
DJ. You can spin right on through to the.
他还没到角落，还没到角接近的时候，就先开始想着要逃出去。
It's not about the damage, it's about the screen.
刚刚连摔了，这是退康，但是
Yes. Okay, grab.
还
And
是
we
不解。
saw success with this pressure.
还是不
before,
解。
A bit of a delay this time.
对空，哎，
DP. Okay, Amu
不错不错。
backed off to exactly where that would work.
哇，这个原地跳哦，我也常常这样子，退康按中
Likely would have been able to get
重手，然后被原地跳到。
cannon spike.
就是你想打退康，但你没在看。
Pressure.
That's what DJ can do. It's not only the drive rush, he just makes you go coast to coast with the most. You're gonna dance the way he
Looking for
wants.
confirms. And spending it all to try to get the kill.
想偷抓不行，
Not able to get the full confirm. One touch both sides, but
You got this.
这边
Yeah, ready to go.
don't throw a fireball.
Yeah, I was
Win-
gonna say, yeah, cameo.
哎，你看被猜透，
The just cool was not enough, and that is gonna be a chip
GG.
kill right there. Lights
Ah.
out.
选择好，直接硬磨死。
You're not only looking for the drive impact, and Fandroid knew that as soon as he got that.
Hello.
Shake my hand.
FGC 就 Fighting Game Community 啊 ，Fighting Game Community， 所以很多人会加个 FGC， 就说他是有在这个社群里面的。 又在哇，清泉也被后撤步啊！这你能忍啊？我不能忍啊！你哇，这个他被抓到喜欢延迟点啊，他都在打他延迟出的手。
And what looked okay earlier is now looking dire. One touch away from being in a 1-0 lead, and now one round away from being at a 2-0 deficit. Not the look you want.
哦，这次改后，不要再延迟点了，延迟点被敲爆。哦，漂亮打摔啊！不换边，应该换边啊！刚刚那个 OD 空插可以接后中手的 TC， 然后换边连段。
Yeah, it's terrifying. Oh, that definitely matters.
OK， 要不要换边 ？OK， 很好。
哇死了！
哎，掉康。哦，推。 这不会，不会死，这不会死，差远了。哎，我都觉得不会死啊！这个侵权其实超级痒的啊！太冲了，太冲了！那边奔奥真的是不好。
Well, I don't immediately hear the
100% 打不死的
start, so I wonder if this is a back to character select situation. Hamood has looked great on his own DJ.
I want to see the DJ honestly because the Cammy has had great.
但他刚刚那个连段
with punishes so far from Fandroid have just been so clean.
如果换一个可能会死。如果是打最大的话，他刚刚那个好像不是最大。但最大连段侵权其实最大连段有点难。
Like the flow state was definitely there, and that's terrifying, right? Because if DJ's sitting there whipping, you're like, I don't even know when to punish. What is coming next from this guy? And that's what it felt. It was like lost in the sauce. And that was some good sauce right there.
然后延迟点被敲好几次。刚刚一开始那个 K 明那边防住跳攻击啊，近距离压的正负的正的拳脚的时候，就延迟按一个轻手。然后他的延迟轻手被 DJ 那边下重手啊、下中手啊、后撤步啊，那打到爆炸。哦，这边换 Jury 上去，有什么想法吗？都是有空插的角色。 OK， 进角落雷。
Okay，maybe we see the comfortability. A little bit more practice, if nothing else.
A lot more reps.
Yeah.
哦，这个按绿冲中角，这个是不错的一个途径，因为绿冲中角那个判定很难被别人的拳脚点回来，很容易是你想点他的绿冲，但你被他的绿冲中角打。哎，怎么没对空？这个，哇，死掉了！哎，吊康，哇，这个是不是网路滑滑的？他把自己崩out了，这边有机会哦，想办法苟住你的气。 啊，前太偷了，感觉是负的。哇，Fandroid 赛点，我跳进去。哦，直接凹。什么打摔者不要想了，直接凹。这次解摔了，哇！对哦，这个 Jury 比较依赖绿冲去毒气，但你对有波的角色，你又冲，你会变用脸去撞波。啊，偷起来可以。哦，资源掌控的好。 away from getting a breadstick on the board. Fandroid, 1 round away. 哇，怎么会被点到
？Always doing something.
Can't stop him, man. The APM, like I said, always.
哇，我差点以为要被对空了，刚刚那个跳。哇，阻止不了，真的是。那这边，哦，被跳出去。
Okay,
哦，抓到
Here
了
it，is. Next hits for the kill. Good
盖
hit
头
for the
盖
kill
不到。
anyway.
Fandroid 的防御有够好啊，他点回去都点得到啊。这应该不会死，但是滴血。
Maybe it is anyway.
It might be.
No. Okay.
对，不会死。哦，又凹了，很勇敢。OK， 反正绝体绝命就凹一个。
Just slowly creeping along the
上面发坡，下面那个坡慢慢的摸过去。然后这边快速的。
The snail got him.
哦，这个延迟打到，又凹了。Fandroid 的凹点。哦，阻止到绿冲，终于啊！
Important to see.
哦，好险，这个没被跳到。
Hamood's almost got the corner.
Those checks and balances, it really helps control every stage of DJ's game.
Too close.
顺道一提 ，Jury 的下中脚爆干远。
I think it's a 5-frame punish that you can do. Wow!
他除了本身远以外，踢的时候人角色会微微往前移动，所以
I got flash kicks for days.
是能下中脚取消几个角色里面极端远的。
Great block.
But great out.
Both of them great out.
两边都 burn out 啦，这个开始按，
Even in burnout.
哦乱动，继续按，哇，这边退康
A shimmy.
直接一模死，哦乱动了。
Okay. Well, of course, DJ doesn't.
那可以一模死啊！那边 DJ 的一气没有无敌，所以他直接一模已经 GG 了。被抓到后走，右头撞啊！阿木的 Jury 这边气势有起来，但这个气量不太好。
Earlier this time.
哦。 漂亮，哎，不换边。刚刚阿木第一次要跳出角落的时候，被空对空打下来，因为他很快就改。他第二次跳出去的时候，跳攻击按的比较早，这样子空对空就会反而被他早按的拳脚踢。但这边撞完死掉了，被骗到啦！哇，这个大裂。 伤气没了，下一局痛苦啦。
I mean, I get it with the level 3 if it's like do or die tournament life. The level 1 gets the same thing done. It doesn't end the round.
Exactly, yeah. If you're gonna bet it, you might as well do it in a way that wins the round if you're right.
Yeah, but now even Stevens. Fandroid has.
他感觉是不太开风水了。
This is set point, so we need to see Hamood find that pocket.
他要是很会用风水，刚刚有几个状况硬开风水，可能就直接死掉。哇，这个从
Oh, you're in big trouble.
Yeah, big trouble.
这边不要放人出去哦。哇，干什么？怎么会踢那个重的踢风？
Again, the check, not like this, and that is.
哇，想打摔乱出了。
Wow, another check.
完了。
Burnout is a state of mind.
哇，死掉啊！刚刚那边怎么会出重低风？然后被人家挑出来。GG 啊，死掉。刚刚那边关好，还有得打的。
Wonderful gameplay from Hamood. I wonder if we would have seen a different, score line if we started with the jury, right? Because as soon as the jury came out, it felt like everything was starting to come together, but you weren't allowed to lose. You weren't allowed.
但他的 jury 是比较有得打，看起来。
Awarded that opportunity. Fandroid said, "I've been playing DJ the whole time. I got those 2 games. I am awarded more opportunities and capital."
最后那个重踢风真的是太可惜了。
Yeah, that's a chip out.
放人出
In that
去。
ending situation, Jury had the corner against DJ who didn't have EXs and didn't have a level 2 and let him escape. And that is, I'm sure, part of what Hamood is thinking about right now. That is a situation that as Jury, you should be able to control very strongly.
主播英文主播刚刚也在说，就是刚刚最后是 DJ 没有2气，没有无敌，然后呢又 burn out 在角落，那个是就应该要好好的把他关在角落的。而且你也不用急着把他打死，就是把他打晕，就应该在那边打摔者搞他，然后再打晕，那局大概就拿下来。
Yeah, every single defensive option was almost displayed.
结果踢一个重踢风，对方看到就跳出来。
But it wasn't needed at that point. And I mean, in that case,
因为重踢风负的很多啊，所以就算是
having a game plan prepared.
就算是那个对方 burn out 有利你加4，你还是实际上多少我有点不知道，但你还是没有利那么多到可以去继续压制人家，那变成他前跳你没办法做什么事情。
And Hamood, who is able to come up to the plate against Fandroid here, and it looks like we're gonna get Luke on Chun. And yeah, this is a very interesting match.
接下来 RealMF
Sandblast can do some excellent stuff against the
陆克对春丽。
However, the walk speed that Chun-Li has can
对 DJ SA1 没无敌，有啊，他有一 frame， 只有一 frame， 跟没有一样的意思。
So I want to see what Hamood can do because the normals on Chun have a great time navigating against Luke here, and she's got a lot of the same universal tools. You got the OD reversal, level 1 is amazing, level 2 deals with fireballs really well. Really hard to punish the sandblast, but still.
对，他没无敌，所以会变成说，他要是burn out，然后你要去按他干嘛的？他要凹，他只有二气才有无敌，可以凹，不然1气是凹不了的。不像肯啊，1气凹到1气可以当无敌技凹。 应该大部分角色1气都可以当无敌技凹啊。
Hamood has still only lost to BigBird.
来喽。
And for RealMF, only to Angry Bird.
So which one? I mean, hey,
这两个都是双鸟受害者。
Winners finals will be determined now, because whoever wins here.
哇，漂亮，痛喽！
You know the transitive property.
好痛，好痛。
That's it. Yeah, like if Ultra David beats Daigo, and I beat Ultra David, then I beat Daigo. But right now, it's about RealMF and Hamood. Kuwait versus UAE once again.
这边
See how this plays out.
其实55坡现在，我要一直踩到坡。
That's a deep cut.
Yeah, that's right.
哇，漂亮，抢到。
Hamood now gets to set things up again.
哈木春丽这边啊被打了，但
If you need to force
还
your
好
way in, here's the way to do it. Yes,
还好
grab.。
And that gives you even more
The
time
business.
to get that drive gauge back right here. Oh, again that crouch medium kick.
这打完 SA
So Lutely.
哦，刚好。
The last hit gets it done. Hamood. Excellent.
对啊，那个站中脚行云对空超级痛，
On this Chun-Li, not only the offense.
但是难呐、难。
Not a punish there though. So.
一个是你站中脚发动比较慢，你要对到空，等于你要很早有反应。然后再来是站中脚行云要踢到那个是你要目测去命中。
That was 1 for 1 so far.
站中脚行云中脚这个连起来是，你不能就直接转，然后
You could do instant air leg.
他就会连烧，不是？
Not a dive kick.
No. Speaking of anti-airs,
哦，好
these have
痛
been
好痛
successful, they've，been
也太爽了
consistent,
这个伤害。
and she gets damage out of them, which is nice.
Yeah. A lot of different options, a lot of different opportunities, and now locked in the corner. I love the controlling of the space here.
你看那个对空打到跟那个
Just out of
跟那
distance
个
for most of the
对空行云
sandblast,
连段
and
打差不多
know
血
the distance，
还不好奇。
Hamood should be able to close out this round.
哇，漂亮，不能赘述。他刚刚最后一次你看到的那个对空是赘述，是因为他的重脚对到空的时间比较晚。但要是你站重脚对到空的时间比较早，比较尖端对的话，你要取消行云，然后目测看它掉下来，去把它捡起来打。就你不能赘述，你赘述踢不到。 这边被撞 set 一个解摔了，这个跳很甜。糟糕喽，要被打 perfect 喽。后跳很保险的选择。啊，乱动了，赛道。
A long perfect. RealMF, like we said, coming alive in this second game.
I'm sure there's a lot of experience between these two. I don't think it's the first time that they're figuring things out against each other.
对，那个对空要靠木牙。
Seems to need a game to really get in there.
你派生行云要看它掉下来。你看这个看起来是这样连，对不对？但其实它行云之后踢那个中脚，你是要等的。你最速踢你会接不到。
That's true. Yeah.
What is going to be
It's always a little different.
Oh, nice.
哦。
Level 3 here too.
不过陆克这边 OK， 这一下转个气，对面打气。 要不要硬打？
That's fair.
哦，完了啊！漂亮，哇，冲脸上闪光拳，这个有够坏。
Drive rush grab, but drive rush charge
Right.
knuckle.
Right. I really like that. That was
Damn,
cool.
that was sick. He said,
Yeah, he was out of that.
哇，这个应该我记得
Cool idea.
"Oh, the Y iota." How
他
dare
说
you
的距离不知道来不来得及躲凹
It's something you see
哦。
more commonly from other characters. You see DJ do that in his way all the time. Like that kind of stuff does happen for others, but
绿冲后缩，
Just Memphis. That's what
绿冲往后退的
uh-huh.
招式
Like a
都
Ken
很
player's
强。
never done that into Dragon.
因为大家看到绿冲第一个有反应就是出东西
Good， idea. I just came up with it. Maybe consider it.
我要么解摔，要么点
think about
之类的。
I think he could.
Just
If he
saying.
puts that in the game,
裸绿冲过来，大家都有反应，
I would never.
结果你就突然缩一下反打。
Yes, you do.
And then you know what you do after Dragon Lash? Dragon Lash. Oh,
哇，退康到
man, what a
这边
launch
解
back.
摔了，怎么回事？
RealMF.
哦，后轴打摔啊，想 reset 好坏，但是没有
Here again, 3 for 3, baby.
对空有哦，对空精度
Yeah, again, it's easier, but I think more than that, he just seems extremely.
哦，一直跳，一直对空
Yeah,。I don't. A switch has been flipped. And again, nice.
哎呦，刚刚有绿冲死掉啊！那个下中轴怎么这么远可以打到？
Stands for monstrous form right here. The losers run buff. Is looking good. Oh wow.
Oh man, implying that Hamood does not think that he's able to check.
然后这种绿冲啊，前做什么那种后缩动作，就是相信对手一定有反应，去打他那个反应。
Getting checked consistently on a lot of these options, but now the corner is for you.
哦，这边抢角落的时间开始，春丽的气条不太
Okay, so Hamood walks
妙
away,。Maybe tries to reset the situation. but
哇，对空100%哎
cutting it.
And
，RealMF 对空100%哦。
use here. It might have
完全
just
跳不到
been all tied back to the dive kick. I mean, Angry Bird does it.
OK， 哦，这个选择不错，
Part here is the corner carry.
硬推带角落回个气，安全
Yeah,
跳
over 2 bricks.
我看什么东西？
Throw bait and the huge delay on it, but the drop, no shot. Uh-oh.
他空跳落地延迟防凹一下，然后出那个
Get the kill.
出霸三角打摔，
And again, the critical
这太多层的想法了吧？
Hamood is just walking back for his life. Okay, lovely forward movement suddenly.
推康，
Who's ready
哦，
for
他
that?
parry
Oh,
啊，
man,
Not
yeah.
real enough.
我也觉得他推康。
Comes out again. Looked a little dicey there for Hamood, but cleaned it up.
哦，他刚那个
Block speed coming in.
想法很
Even
多
in burnout, just like, just walk away.
Yeah.
Just walk away from the problem. Fight or flight, I am flying. Got an express ticket out of here.
又塞到角落啦，又开始退。
And back to this. I'm not sure that I would even call it neutral. It's just staying
他
away. It's kind of trying to shut.
就打龟
aside
吗
the？shield
还是说他想要让气在一个5-6格的一个优势的状态，但这边被拖到下段啦，发现你喜欢后走，
Reestablishes the life lead.
哇！
Oh,
That was a clean crouch.
哈木春丽这边抢下中角的命中率也颇高啊。
Only Jimmy's. Let's see Hamood, what you're able to do here. Can you force a burnout situation on Real?
多安全
Touch will do it.
继续按，多按2下，他要 burn out 哦。
Right there, that was a counter hit.
哦，被他苟住了，没 burn out。哇，这场
very fast reaction.
And no bar on the side of Hamood here, so if he's able to
OK，
get
这
nice
两边
rushes,
气条大概
lights out. Two crouching medium.
哇，刚刚少按没按到啊，这个死去。
That was genius. Gets the
但这个
You get the follow.
哎，他不接哦，不是
Didn't even need the chip. I think Hamood was going to the skies there because it wasn't a counter hit. And I mean, the only thing you could really do there was try to jump, but
Yeah.
a DP kills.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And overhead, like going.
刚刚他那个 SA2 跳进去，他 空跳，
Getting hit, so.
然后呢空跳去可能空跳，然后呢延迟出霸三角，
The same thing
有
we
够
saw
坏
in
的
the winners. The story writes itself. If you want to see
有点
the
厉害
script, please call 1-800.
还真的被他打到他的延迟解。
Denies services.
It seems to me like Hamood is maybe trying to play a little bit further up, not quite as full screen as in the last game. As that just didn't seem like it was as successful.
Yeah, the walk back has been
here it
consistently
is.
punished because RealMF has found those low forwards.
我开始发波，发现对
I
方
guess, you know, the comfortability
按
in
过
that
来好像不太好，多发点波。
You know, tempting fate of the Kraus medium.
哦，
punch
这边竟然防到了这个打后退型的春丽，有点厉害啊。
Wow, what a check! That's why the Kraus medium punch.
OK， 消费换边，哇，这个对空反应很好，按站中角，
Look at RealMF. Defense has been so good, but the delay
哇，没连断，他刚刚那个延迟点的还不错，说相差
Hamood moving forward.
那边相差应该是可以侵权连断吧？ 那个没练到。
He's so confident.
Oh yeah.
哇，你还是看他对空没有哦，又后退了。
No way, and there we go. You add the super meter, it doesn't matter. I feel like I'm watching Doctor Strangelove or How I Learned to Stop Worrying About the Burnout. What a sequence.
安全跳想 P 的话，直接按着。不然你要拼完美 P 的话，你当然不能按着啊，你就只能挑那个时机按下去啊。
Hamood has not been able to make anything happen up close or far. Pushing to the corner, but again at the cost of so much drive.
I understand the strategy is
对空哦啊！你看这个木压失败，没有点到。
It just doesn't seem like it's holding up long term as the set goes on.
这个对空木压失败。
Again, RealMF took some damage from it.
就自己进角落啊！好，开始了，开始一个摔两个摔。
And next hit kills.
Yeah, the reward that Hamood is.
刚刚他是不是想出低空百裂放枪？
10% trade for about 30%, 40% every time, and that is gonna be it. Worst.
哇 ，GG， 卢克好强啊 ！OK。
Come back against Hamood. One game
可
at the
惜，
start.
我觉得春丽打不错。
Warm up there. Just needed to get the first rep in to really push out the rest of the set. RealMF gonna be moving on.
起身发动完美，不可能啊！我问你，你如果你如果起身，你按住 parry， 然后起身第一 frame 你 parry 到东西是完美配的话，那你压起身不就100%完美配？你有看过这种事吗？没有吗？
And I mean, Angry Bird probably would have gotten to the grand finals there.
你压起身就会变100%完美配，不可能的。
There was definitely a dialogue of wow, first round.
完美配是你一定要手动按到那2 frame 里面的，就不管你是不是你在起身在什么，你起身动画中提早按那个是也是会影响到你能不能完美配，你提早按歪就是不行。对啊，没有不行啊。 怎么可能？你按着 P， 然后起身被挡压持续就完美配，这种事发生的话，你现在完美配一定满街都是哦，不可能。
And that is what really unlocked RealMF's pressure and unlocking the neutral 6 for 6 on the anti-airs when we only saw 1 in the set versus Angry Bird. So again, going to losers, seeing exactly what was missing from the game plan. When it's put in, looks damn near unstoppable, right?
这样子，剩下4位玩家。
RealMF was in control of the pace 99% of the time is what it felt like. And Hamood, all he could do is try to go to full screen, look for the anti-airs, look for the fireballs, and it just was not enough.
So there's your top 4 here in the CPT Middle East. Top 8, again, to nobody's surprise, in winners finals are Nasser Angry Bird and Nasser BigBird.
现在应该是双鸟先打吧。
Kuwait, Fandroid, and RealMF are both there. So again, to watch that winners finals is going to be a
败部剩下的2位正好是双鸟送下去的2位。
Very interested in seeing how this losers has played out.
下面是双鸟反抗军。
Major reason to be watching these top 8s from different regions around the world is not just to see like who makes it all the way through, who qualifies for Capcom Cup. That's great, but I also always want to know more.
角色就是
I want to know who else
有用的工具太多了，然后
man, Fandroid and RealMF are
不好
definitely
对付
showing up big time and showing that they are
不好对策。
Yeah, Kuwait is on the map, like
For sure.
absolutely, like you said.
对啊，所以安全跳你要完美配，就是因为你知道他是安全跳嘛，所以他那个时间点就是固定的，一定是你起身那一份他会压到你。
Finals, BigBird gets there.
对啊，那边就是猜啊，就是猜他说他不是安全跳，但是没按东西，然后甩你。 这就是猜，就这样。
That's exactly right.
So they
exactly
better have
They've beaten
been,
everybody else who they've played against.
Yeah, and I mean we've been seeing so much great.
那当然，安全跳之所以安全，就是因为它有利分太多嘛，所以你就算完美配到，也是没办法确反。当然是 parry 到那方会有利，但是不会确反。
In the US, the teams have been showing exactly how strong they are. Nasser as well, you know, sporting Nephew and Punk too, and two of those players are already qualified.
美国的 SFL 也还在打。
Third one today, so amazing teams across the board, and the entire US is really represented well there. So make sure that you're tuning in. We have 4 p.m. coming up on the docket. Really great time slot. It was a little later before, but now everybody gets to enjoy the best Street Fighter League US action that we have to offer at some pretty reasonable hours.
该不会要休了吧？
$3.99 to tune in to Capcom Pro Tour right there. Capcom Fighters is where you're going to watch it on YouTube and Twitch, so please do not miss out. Vicious
看起来是有中场休息。
all the action and
看一下目前的赛程表。
that was godlike. every time.
You know, I'm not always a live Twitch viewer. Sometimes I gotta work.
RealMF,
I gotta tell you, I am oftentimes a YouTube viewer when it comes to Street Fighter League. I really like waking up the next day and over breakfast, I watch it happen. That's been my ritual for Street Fighter League for the past like couple of years.
Over breakfast?
Over breakfast.
Over breakfast?
That's what I do.
Are you sure it's not over lunch? After you placed a wonderful mobile order for some carne asada on the Chipotle.
接下来 Warrior
I
台
only
湾
eat
的
lunch. I wake up and I think to myself, it's lunchtime.
A bagel with butter? No. A rice bowl with tender cuts of steak, cilantro, lime, signature spices, and that beautiful guac on top. That is what you are looking for. That's why you have to say it with
差不
such
多都是
intensity.
11月这个时候打完了。
That really wakes you up in the morning. Beautiful stuff right there. Chipotle, thanks once again for supporting the FGC and the Capcom Pro Tour, because without you, I don't think we'd be able to really get into the action full and ready to enjoy. And, you know, we've had a action-packed day full of matches, loser side and winner side. And it's only going to get better here. Top 4, all players are in the money. All players have a chance to qualify for the Capcom Cup. Angry Bird obviously is already there. And 3 more players are duking it out to see who can get that spot. So please stay tuned as we reach our climax of the day. Don't go anywhere.
Chipotle's carne asada is back.
OK， 中场休息5分钟。
Cumin, oregano, and coriander. Finish with fresh lime and hand-chopped cilantro. Carne asada. This is our best steak ever.
这边都除了 RealMF 有跟怒鸟打了2场，其他都比数比较差距比较大一点。看来双鸟真的中东大概是没其他人能跟双鸟打，不够他们打。
I present the hunter from Kamura.
然后最近这很好笑，那个 Angry Bird 有开台嘛，然后他常会开台说，你们都说那个可能很强什么的，但是陆克这个你看，叭叭叭，然后讲陆克的这样，然后很多人就会呛他说，好啦好啦，我知道你想要讲那个肯没有很强啊，你不想要卡普空 nerf 他之类的，就在臭他，很好笑。 中东也算离亚洲近啊，所以比较容易连。接下来就是看。 应该是双鸟内战先打，然后打 loser 打完打 loser final， 这样吧。这啥游戏啊？ 现在不是有个新闻说什么卡普空明年初有个大 IP 的续作什么的，不知道是要出什么。怒鸟先输，然后下去打杀败部，哪个鸟下去都是杀败部啊！这双鸟的强度，这差距真的是有点远。 中东真的是没其他人可以跟他们打。大 IP 续作《Monster Hunter World 2》吗？龙族教义已经讲了，但龙族教义已经有讲说新的作品了，所以不会是这个啊。 消息已经出来了，是我说的是他们讲说有一个某个目前还没有讲过的续作要出，要做这样。那卡普空啊，这么多游戏，谁知道是哪个？很多年没出续作的游戏也是一大堆。魔物猎人吗？Rise 出多久了？Monster Hunter Rise 出多久啊 ？Monster Hunter Rise 什么时候出的？2021年。哦 ，World 2吗？World 2也不是没可能。鬼舞者。DMC 跟鬼舞者，我觉得 DMC 一个问题是说，他虽然前作 PS4 的离现在有点远，但感觉上还是没有隔那么久，因为 DMC 这个类型的游戏，其实说出的也没有很多，这种快速的动作游戏。就是设计上什么的，我觉得 DMC 好像还没有什么需要再做下一作的感觉。鬼舞者倒是可以出乎意料的来一个。鬼舞者还就不能用金城武啊，就换找个别人的脸了。这要找谁？还是就不用明星脸了？但我觉得鬼舞者的一个味道就是用明星脸了。
What's going on, man? What you doing? What you doing, BigBird? What is this?
So basically, I noticed that in every new game release, there's a lot of hype about the game, about people around the game.
Yeah.
明年 Monster 20周年哦，那 World 2的确是有可能。
Videos, clips, and all that. When the game releases.
但是我觉得他们那个新闻那样讲说有一个 IP 的续作什么，就他们特别这样讲，我觉得应该不是一个目前比较常见的游戏，就是不会是什么 Monster Hunter 啊什么的，因为我觉得那比较是他们固定几年就会出，比较不，他的那个讲法有点像是某个比较久的没有拿出来的东西，感觉啊。然后嘛，那个洛克人，我觉得大家已经凉了，我只是不抱希望，所以应该是凉了。然后 DMC 我觉得还没有到一个可以出续作的时间，感觉，因为其实前一代的状况就那样。对，到底还有什么 IP 可以做？那鬼舞者还真他妈有可能。
So that made it a lot easier for us. On top of that, I feel like the game style really fits me and Angry Bird. Me, for my character, obviously, and Angry Bird because he's already been an offensive player.
SFL.
He's a very offensive player, and he's also smart at the same time. This game requires a lot of meter management. I've even had players like Momochi, Tokido tell us that our meter management is amazing. I don't know. I feel like the game style just really fits me and Angry Bird. It just fits natural, I don't really have to do something out of my play.
BigBird, always a pleasure talking to you, bro.
Same here, bro.
I consider you a real life homie of mine, even outside of the
Same here,
and
bro.
everything. My dog, he was already a Street Fighter phenomenon when it came to Street Fighter 5, and now in 6, he is even better, but also a heartthrob, none other than the Middle East, BigBird.
We're in the top 4. That's right. We have 4
大
players
鸟，
remaining.
这场应该是大鸟吧？
All
胜
their
部开
way
打。
through. Already one of them is qualified for Capcom Cup.
双鸟对决，这个好看咯。
We definitely know that for sure. It's a question of who it's going to be. Ulster David
他们
here
两个也是
with
互
Jake Ryan. We
应该
are
互相
extremely
练到
excited
不行
to
啊。
ultimately see BigBird versus Angry Bird. That's going to be a blast, but that's not the only one that I'm still looking forward to here in this bracket.
Yeah, it's going to be a blast too because
而且我觉得有很大的机会，今天怒鸟双鸟对决会有2次，因为一个打下败部，然后再杀回来，不管哪一个都是。
Still getting the winner maybe from loser side, but The loser side here is Kuwait versus Kuwait, Fandroid versus RealMF, and the only players that they have lost to is the Birds.
Yeah.
So, best case scenario here for BigBird is to defeat the training partner in Angry Bird and end up in winner side grand finals, because then you put all your training partner to defeat whoever shows up in losers finals. Now, pure chaos. BigBird loses.
他们站在双鸟站在那，就是你们其他全部人都没得打。
They could do it. Ultimately, somebody else qualifies for Capcom Cup today. And that happens either by them winning this tournament outright or by getting second to Angry Bird.
Absolutely.
Those are the two paths. So things to keep in mind. Again, if, as you mentioned, Big Bird wins this thing, he puts himself in a great spot to be able to win, to be able to qualify.
25岁、26岁。
If instead Angry Bird wins, I'm sure that there's not going to be any easy game here on either side. I'm sure that they're both going to be trying as hard as possible.
BigBird 会开
K 吗 these guys. I mean, we saw
BigBird 会开 Rashi 吗
when they played against each other there in that early match in Street Fighter 6.
Yeah.
When their match was
会不会他们就打太多，然后开始开其他的副角色出来搞
the rest of that bracket.
Yeah, absolutely.
They've always had great matches against each other.
Absolutely cleaned up the rest of the competition. And yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward after this event to see the YouTube video that they make about it, because they've been really growing on their YouTube channel. And if you want to learn about Street Fighter, you got to watch these guys.
OK me 啊，他是不想赢的，是不是
？From them, we have the Marisa from BigBird and the
不开垦，然后就是 K-Me 走到底哦。
The best way to get your characters sharp and your secondaries is to play them in this environment, right? Because even though Angry Bird has already qualified for the Capcom Pro Tour, there's money on the line.
哦，刚好插到没有那个霸体的时间，插到脚趾。
No cash to spend, but I'll take 40% off that Cammy. Oh,
开抓哦，今天 BigBird 很爱摔哦。
90% life 10 seconds ago?
Yeah,
5 seconds ago?
哎，我摔出去了。
A lot of health on the gauge and not
哇，
much.
这个超级延迟空插怎么插到？
My goodness, pressure sequence coming in here. Angry Bird. Oh no.
哎，换边回去很好，这压持续的。
Too negative there. Slightly too close. BigBird getting an easy counter hit punish.
名额要给大牛。
Did so much of that early. Oh yeah. Oh wow.
That's how you feel.
哦，这个头到盖头啊！哎呀，这个中段怎么会中啊？哇，这个负的凹啊，这也太拼了吧！你是不是想不想打？
It's like wow. That was sick.
Yeah, but pretty dangerous.
This sucks.
哇，怎么被跳出去了？ 反摔
摔
回去要不要撞啊？
Oh my god, the double whip. Oh! Is this a kill? No way.
I don't think it's a kill.
这
I mean,
个
he got the drive gauge
It is a
back.
lot though.
So Angry Bird has a way to fight.
Oh no, is it a kill?
No way.
没有了。
The little twist?
No.
It's not enough.
The Mick twist was not enough. But the thing is, you block anything into the yep.
这不会死，死了，好痛啊！好像磨个1200左右吧，一个摔
I
的。
really do. There's so many of them. I love it.
哦，架得漂亮。
That's all we're gonna guac about.
哦，这起身直接按啦，直接看他绿冲，应该是按东西撞了。
We're going to the corner. BigBird defending excellently, but immediately getting checked. Fly below, one of the weaknesses, Marisa, and the first person I've ever seen documented to block that.
想打背，自己换进角落啦。
Burnout. State of mind.
哦，
Wow.
单发确认 SA。
Smiled somewhere. He got his wings.
Way out of the corner.
哇，这个单发确认不容易啊，这比可能那个有效时间短啊。
That was insane. I cannot believe it. BigBird is gonna.
没有要让哦，什么技术性没有
There are
哦。
no freebies here.
早上哇，这单发确认的啊，换边回来。
All those have been checked.
哇
Okay, here's one.
技术性礼让开始。
90%
这个凹。
4 seconds ago.
哇，完了。
David.
啊，自己按边凹。
Help.
Yeah.
Where are you going?
That's the risk that you take.
他们坐隔壁吗？还蛮有可能的。
Have you simply tried being?
哇，这个确认失误，网路滑滑的，是不是？
Drop there, but not an uncharacteristic crosscut. OD. Oh my God.
There is 80% more hooligan usage here than I've ever seen from top level Cammy.
Yeah, I mean sometimes you gotta mix it in.
换边。
Expect the unexpected, right?
啊，
Oh no.
猜中他要 parry。
What's expected there from
得到喽。
Here it is.
哇，这个反应真的假的？
Early bird gets the worm.
Both bar smack.
No way.
但是我觉得这不太对。
Would you like another drive impact?
就是啊，可是因为转法的关系啊，就是那个 SA2 的转法是往后转的，所以你可以边防御边做buffer转。哦，这个后去打那个还可以打到。
Again, I think we're seeing 200% more hooligan usage. What is happening here?
这个 set 做错啊。
This is what the secret tech of the K.T players.
I mean, look, she's got great buttons and she has an air approach. She has hooligan, like we've all known that. She's got potentially cool tricks. You just rarely see it at high level.
怒鸟好像想这个来得及啊。戳错边，这个没按错。摔错边，想防凹摔，就
BigBird burning himself out. A big risk.
这个痛了。SA1 要不要给？又凹，这个技术性礼让凹。啊，死翘翘。
And now it's around a piece on the board here. Who's gonna take the lead? Who's gonna be up 2-1? Angry or big?
还是说他们坐隔壁，他有在看手？哦，这个哇，这个又凹了。
Have you died?
Yeah, that's
这死翘翘啊
Have you been deleted?
Shake my hand.
猜错2次，凹错死翘翘。
Has been completely obliterated. That was a perfect. By the way, 15 seconds to pass.
You love to see it.
Blink and you might miss it. 2 wake up reversals to decide that match right there.
The old classic.
这是不是凹的太大了？你这场再凹，他妈的就那个哦。启动调查。哇，这个插到。
You have to do it sometimes, and in a matchup with somebody who you know so well, you gotta be extra unpredictable.
Yeah, and yeah, I was trying to say there's not.
刚刚的距离是没办法确反的哦，那个钻尖端钻。
Other than I would say men RD and Kaba, right? Like that's the only
啊，死去。
And,
啊，这个也偶尔会放这个枪。
One hit from death. Angry Bird knows it.
And again, the deep.
哦，这个延迟怎么打到？
You're dead.
哇，哦，怎么还可以打？哦，天哪！哇，这个连段的最佳连段啊！ 开场直接想偷，怒鸟用 Kami 的打法打得有点偷啊，又偷。哇，打摔。 但你要打摔，其实可以前空翻，然后盖头啊，你不用耗气，也没有打比较少。其实，哇，陷阱插盒去了，动啊 ，BigBird 晋级，连段教学，各种最大确反连段。 OK， 把 Kami 灌下去，然后把 Angry Bird 灌下去杀人喽。这整个赛场，中东赛场就是双鸟的散步，双鸟后院，当自己家后院在逛。
BigBird got the 3-0 on him before, and there's 2 sets to look forward to. So
是不是凹的太拼啦？是不是偷的太多啦？自己也没那么偷啊。
I think RealMF is going to have the best shot here, and BigBird gave it his best shot as well, and it really came out strong. A couple of different errors on the side of Angry Bird, and it really came down to, did you block the ODDP? And then there was one really unfortunate drop combo from Angry Bird.
他近身打摔都用那个近身起跳 OD 叉，我觉得好像可以用近身空翻盖头。
Have you?
可能会比较容易一点。
When you give Marissa a punish counter, she's gonna want 60%.
Oh yeah.
And if she gets 60%,
对，大鸟是把玛丽莎打得看起来很强的。
You might just lose the game.
还有善用玛丽莎那些
These players play against each other.
陷阱插啊什么的，然后打确反的连段选择都很好。
Any more understood than it is here, and all the looks, all of the punishes on both sides, like. And dealing, you don't really see Camis at the top level use hooligan that much, and BigBird had the answers,
Yes,
right?
he
He got
did.
hit by a couple of them, but there was a juggle combo where he got the jab into this like stand medium punch, and then it was like a tricky little reset, and I'm like, that is disgusting.
Yeah.
BigBird is prepared for that, and that's what's so good about these training partners. They prepare each other for all of these like super high level intricate situations. So even if you're not seeing a Cammy,
接下来应该是
highest level, you still got to play through the
接下来
entire
是
bracket. Angry Bird beat almost 8,000 other competitors. He
双
played
鸟
better
受
than
害
them
组
because
的
he
对
was
决
good
啊，
and he
双
was
鸟
very
受害者
good
协
against
会
them, and that's why
打
they're
完之后呢，
great
再
against them.
去
You know, we
被
get great results,
被鸟
and
虐
it's， BigBird's turn to be on top here, sitting grand finals winner
所
side.
以应该总决赛双鸟会再互打一次啊，
Because
不意外。
it's no longer two birds.
怒
one
鸟下
stone.
去杀
So
人
you，got to take them both out. You're gonna need 2 rocks to get that ticket punched. It's hard.
It's gonna be 2 Kuwaiti
那这样
players.
基本上大鸟的卡杯门票就是稳中稳了哈。
And we have RealMF. We saw earlier RealMF
怎么办？受害者协会要不要
3 games
要不要
to 2.
拿点骨气出来？
For Fandroid, not as close versus BigBird. That was 0-3. Little bit of a different story. But then in that loser
我刚
side,
用肯，他可能在练 Kami 吧，
3 games to 1. Both of them
用肯会更有
strong
力啊，
doing
应
so.
该是没有问题的。
We'll see which one comes out on top. I expect it to be close, just having seen them both play.
怒
throughout this
鸟
top
最近
16
在
that's
练
playing top
Kami，
8
可能
today.
就
Yeah,
是
like you
反
said,
正他已经有
by
门
the
票
way,
嘛
We've。seen a couple of
练练
errors
手
on both sides here too. In the first set for RealMF, anti-airs were definitely an issue. A lot of jump-ins were left unchecked. I think there was only 1 anti-air. But then in the loser side,
接下来是
100% success rate on the jump-ins. And then you look at the other side for Fandroid,
哎
a lot of really great hits on BigBird.
双鸟受害者
Versions. The
受害
jump-in
者
working
协
out
会
excellently, but no follow-up. So I need to see those adjustments made for both sides.
常见的两个角色。
Plasma off the start. RealMF versus Fandroid to see who gets the opportunity.
哇，后撤步
Angry
去你妈的！
Bird in a potential qualifying deciding
有后撤
match
步
in the losers finals. So we got to see who gets there first.
这边看 RealMF 那边哦，跳到
Good read.
舒服。
Way out of the corner now. Again, Android's defense was really a major story of his last win. And again, comes up big here.
哦，差点被打个推康，哇，好硬
Every！single
Willing to
time,
do it.
Every single time, the pressure got started on Fandroid.
又后撤步反反，
OD of kicks.
我看了都燥起来了。
Difficult to deal with here, and RealMF now stuck in the corner. Almost
哎，
around.
乱
Wow,
动。
the target combo actually worked out there. Very good. Fandroid a little angsty.
哇，
and
被
that
跳到，
is one of the best
这个 burnout 不太好。
between Roundhouse and Fierce.
I don't know.
Sometimes you just gotta
你看死掉了吧？啊！
A great decision. Boom, baby, indeed. Fandroid gets the first round. And RealMF was making a real
刚
comeback
清
there.
泉普通的闪光轻闪光打倒，再继续攻击，可能好比较好，不要把自己崩到比较好。刚刚
Love it.
And he has all the way into the
对，
corner.
继续按，继续
This
按。
time. Holding it back. And the Fandroid, like, very
对，抓一个，哇嘿嘿嘿，互相换边，这个是什么？
Yep. But right back in
哦
the，
延迟按到死了
This，time gets the confirm. He should
咚
surely
咚
take it.，
And it
升
is
龙
gonna be
啊
no，
差一
picks
点
of the
没
dream.
差，这个血量
Didn't wanna spend the
来
trigger. All right, you know what?
稳稳点
We'll
掉
take，those. You can chip me a little bit. That's
省
fine.
个气。
Alrighty. Goes for the OD slash.
哦，中脚会按回去哦，他等下中脚会后撤步哦，我跟你讲。
Oh, punch underneath. Okay.
Empty jump grab. Nothing off. Wow.
Here it
counter.
is.
我会进角落，
Utilizing that stand fierce so well. Just cool.
哇，这个
Connecting didn't even flinch on it though. RealMF was like, all right, let's see what we go for
一
first.
直后撤，
Perfect carry that time. Didn't have it. Oh, overhead.
Coming right back in.
That was-
RealMF
烦不烦？烦不烦？哦，好燥，好燥，好燥，被按的很
You know
燥
what? He。actually blocked and parried and got moved backwards like half the stage.
这个 DJ 的后撤步有在
Every
看，
single just cool, and it was
他
all
派生的好
about
像比较晚一点。
It wasn't about the hit. What a jab check though.
我在这边还一个
Immediate super
CA
right back for your troubles.
这样子回到5坡，
Drive gauges here. Actually, I think it is.
血跟气条都是5坡。
We both got all the bricks we need. Can we build it? Yes, we can. Let's see. Oh, that
Yep,
was
got him.
Yeah.
Right up close. Oh, he was worried about TP. What a whip
哦
punish.
哟，这个死了，
RealMF.
boom.
漂亮，
First
稳
game.
稳
This is
接
the
完
first。time we've seen RealMF get the first game today. Is that a troubling?
DJ
sign?
的后撤
We'll see
步
the first 3-0 from Fandroid this time.
性能好啊，因为他撤的距离远，然后反打到康又可以接很痛的连段。
Oh man, double whip to chesty.
各方面都好。
Which again have been pretty well placed by Fandroid for the most part.
Playing this a little bit slower on the side of Fandroid here.
而且其他角色那种后缩往前打的东西，你是没办法决定自己要不要打回去的，对不对？
Great tech, huge delay tech.
但 DJ 你可以决定要不要派生啊，你可以先撤啊，撤了你就不要派生，等于没事了。哦，这个对空漂亮，对小膝盖这不容易啊。
Especially because of Cammy earlier, the dive kick's hard to deal with, so that short hop getting answered.
我凹了，
And the reversal of their own.
气势。
First DP.
哇，没了啊！他带绿冲死哦。
Oh man.
哎，这个
very good solution.
Trying to back away from
后不太对。
Definitely imminent.
Yeah.
And Fandroid was on the next level. The next.
哇，他空出后撤步啊！
Because we play all the time.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, nice.
哇，这打乱洞打到。
Pressuring.
Damn, that stand medium kick.
你看他偶尔后撤步有派生，偶尔不派生。
No, I mean, not
你到底要等不等？
Oh.
And the defense against the just cool options has been great.
Yep.
And it's now all coming together.
Okay.
Overhead and overhead. No bar spent just yet. Trying to save as much as possible. Plus frames.
对，有3气那个，哇死了。
Fandroid could take the game, should take the game. Gonna keep it easy on himself.
简单的。
Cinematic, no problem. Going to the next.
对，要是他后撤步不能派生别的东西，就是一定会踢回来的话，那就算了哦，那其实那就算了。但他不派生，那才是烦的地方。
Again, 2 for 2 on the anti-airs. RealMF has really adjusted well in the loser.
哇，这个后肘打摔打punch counter， 痛哦，进角落，不要放他出去。哇，这个延迟被打到，漂亮。
Oh, RealMF really makes him pay.
Set， 没骗到。你看那边，哦，漂亮，终于打到了。
So good by RealMF. Oftentimes he had
打到他派生回来挥空。
Kept his spot looking for the whip. He was right.
Yeah, RealMF stood still for 5 seconds. DJ, I think, did 10 actions. He was like, what if I simply whip punish?
哎，哦 ，RealMF 的对空超级好啊！
And I love this. This time saw
这有的没的怪东西都对得到。
Got the punish. Just smacked right down, dude.
RealMF 有抓到 Fandroid 的这边，别人跳的时候，要是他来不及出，没有集气，他会喜欢空对空。 所以他跳攻击就按的比较早，去打他空对空，自己跳起来。
He left the military because he's like, I can't fly these contraptions.
Uh-oh, the whip cancel.
Gotta be careful here.
这边，
你
看他喜欢空对空啊。
It's a big risky situation.
There's not a chip kill opportunity this time, so we're not gonna see that. Oh,
哇，又被塞回角落，角落就是你家啊，没救啦。
No shot. Round a piece on the board. Not able to react this time, RealMF. The anti-airs may be there, but a different piece of the mental stack is now a lot harder to access.
Tough to do it all.
Yep. Some can.
喂，抢到，推角落，要不要 CA？ 哎，不给。
3 bars to his name.
哇，这什么东西？哇，太酷了吧！这什么鬼
？Best friend only tech.
Yeah, it's
the kind of stuff that you only do when you know the opponent extremely well.
You did meaty air flash knuckle. You're my hero.
空中集气拳压起身是三小，
That was awesome.
Yeah, it really was.
还可以连段，
That was
还打中，What？
And that's why these matches are great. Like when you see the regions really come in strong, partners, you get to see the pinnacle of what you can really do with these characters. And the pinnacle of Akasama put RealMF into a 2-touch situation. Essentially won. Oh,
哇，这个延迟到死啦！
Lights out, just cool. Just the way, cool runnings as we get.
那个是练过，那个一定是那个是 set 啊，那个是练过啊，那一定是练过啊，不然你怎么会集气拳刚好压起身，然后你还知道可以 combo？
Yeah, that hurts. You try to keep stuff like
但那个可以干嘛？
big moments.
我在想那个是可以干嘛？
rounds that you really want to win.
打摔吗？还是？
I mean, you didn't get it. So Fandroid now with pressure in the corner.
如果防住，应该他是正的
What I said before is actually coming to fruition. RealMF got the first
吓
game,
你
and now
只是吓
it's
你
the opposite story we've been seeing the rest of the day. Maybe the
刚刚那个有
first
秀
loss
到
powers him up. And
哇，你看，哇，这是
power is
你看
lost right here. This is looking so
后撤步，然后我派身，
look for the perfect parry, but the tap.
后撤步派身过去摔你，
Fandroid looking like a machine.
对 parry 也不对
It's RealMF. No anti-air this time though.
Just very light stuff. for RealMF as he goes back to neutral here.
哦，来喽，来喽，开始喽！哦，后撤步哦。
Just cool, working out this time, going for the low.
哎，没带。
That's alright.
哎，漂亮，等到啊！他看 Fandroid 这边喜欢前后走的时候配后撤步，那等了一拍，按重手去敲他。啊，被换进角落。哎，这个跳田了。
Yeah, so hard. Goes to the safe jump into the backdash. A lot of safe decisions here.
Yo, meaty backdash?
Yeah, does not want to overextend.
No wow.
Yikes. You gotta go for a reset here. You're not gonna be
OK，
able to kill.
这边打不死哦。
No way.
哎呦，去了 ，GG。这个凹一凹死去。
Completing the mission. The 3-0 reversal on RealMF. It's not allowed to win the first game. Is what we have learned here. Give him the best odds. And RealMF going out at 4th place. Amazing performance on the Luke. Really love to see how they were able to develop throughout the tournament and show us some of the strongest play from Kuwait. And now it's Fandroid's time to shine. You may have got 3-0'd by.
OK， 哦，那接下来是怒鸟打 Fandroid。
And it's gonna be quite difficult. I mean, you've seen.
你要来炸你喽！我们来看看他怎么打后撤步。这个 Fandroid 是很相对其他 DA 其实很爱，我觉得是很爱用后撤步。因为大部分其他玩家是在你按 DJ 按了别人一个负的拳脚或有距离的拳脚之后，用后撤步去打别人想点回来的拳脚这样。但这个 Fandroid 是平常立回也会空着用后撤步在用的，偶尔这样，也蛮常立回的时候空着用后撤步。所以刚刚被 RealMF 就是重拳打好几下。
And yet Fandroid was able to do even stronger. It was a performance where RealMF had more whiff punishes, he had more conversions, he had more anti.
当然立回的时候用后撤步是想说他走进对方会想要点的距离，例如下中脚的距离。然后呢，突然后撤步踢回去，去躲下中脚，然后踢人家下中脚这样。因为可能因为你后走速度不够快，你可能走进距离，然后你后走的话会来不及走出对方下中脚的距离，去插合他，你就会被踢。所以用后撤步比较快，直接往后跳去踢他，所以他才会这样子在立回的时候空用后撤步。
Is already qualified for Capcom Cup, and if Fandroid beats Angry Bird, then the winner of BigBird versus Fandroid qualifies for Capcom Cup. So if you're
讨厌赢的表现嚣张，这游戏赢得嚣张的角色很多啊。
That's what you want here.
Yeah.
对，大家就是讨厌输啊。
If he wins, you are guaranteed you have qualified.
我跟你讲，你就算你输龙哦，龙的那个获胜画面，他看起来很认真，他不嚣张，然后他会跟你说你那个。他讲说他什么，他不管讲什么台词你都不爽了，因为你就是输嘛。
Capcom Cup qualifying outcome if it's Fandroid.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
然后这边大鸟就看 Angry Bird 能不能正常的哦，把 Fandroid 送回双鸟受害协会。那如果 Angry Bird 没有翻车，那 BigBird 就保证进卡贝拉。但是要是怒鸟这边翻车 ，Fandroid 就要跟 BigBird 抢卡贝门票啊。
And you don't want to have to think about it next week. You just want to be good to go.
对啊，对啊，嚣张，他赢你就觉得他嚣张，管他的。重点是输我不爽而已。
Look at it here, and even though Fandroid fell 3-0 to BigBird, our top 3 ends up being BigBird, Angry Bird, and Fandroid. So the World Warrior points sitting on top.
没错，龙在那边那个进行他的武术的心得，但他讲的再认真，你还是觉得他在干你。
To the Buckler Boot Camp. It's not the academy. Because you're going to you can make sure that you break a sweat with them, get the QR code and scan because it has more than enough data to help you level up your game. It's a mobile-friendly website packed with features supporting your enjoyment for Street Fighter 6. You can check out player data, as I said, friends,
这比赛真的是双鸟的花园，爱怎么踩就怎么踩。
Compared to the birds, that's the place you can look. You might not like the number, but it is there. And make sure that you continue.
怒鸟翻车当然也不会翻车吧？谁知道呢？
In-game events, rewards, and updates. Make sure that you check out the Butlers Bootcamp.
要是2个连翻，哇，这个 Fandroid 就屌了。
You know I like Street Fighter 6 a lot.
Really,
Jake?
暴打双鸟怎么可能
I like to compete. I've been doing that for 20 years. But I gotta tell you, I can't always.
对吧？他们2个在这边连翻，哇靠，那个是那个这个 Fandroid 突然全世界知名，我跟你讲，世界级玩家。
It's a mini game in which you develop your character by training little cuties like Ryu right there.
So
look at that little guy.
他直接顶天了，好不好？这个他有办法暴打双鸟，顶天了。
Aw, that sounds great.
He's been walking around the world, man.
And probably getting
对
pretty
，1穿2双鸟。
Knowing that guy.
Exactly.
But he can stay clean.
比赛难说，但这个是 BO5啊，场数比较长，所以我觉得对于就是长时间在职业赛场上的玩家来讲，还是比较有利，他们比较会比赛。
Absolutely. That's why we got the clean option, the cure option after you fight some of the top.
对啊，怒鸟还有2条命呢。对你讲的重点，怒鸟还要被打 reset。
And you need to refresh yourself here because we are getting into the last matches of the day. 3 competitors remain, and only 1 will qualify for the Capcom Pro Tour 2023. So please stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We're going to finish up here pretty soon.
OK， 他们又中场休息5分钟。来瞄一下。
Sounds delicious. Fighting is an art.
这样的话，我看线上会打出18个人，然后线下赛已经打完了嘛，线下3个。 Warrior 各地正在打，快要打完了。明年出的卡杯就是这些人啦。对，大概下个周末就差不多。我看，哦不对，有些地方要打到12月去，中国要打到12月中，东亚。 台湾奥比杯下个礼拜打完，南亚，南亚下礼拜打完，东南亚，昨天打完，昨天打完，这是我们看一下。 东南亚是谁打出来？哦，这个是贤哦，哦，他这个还没有更新，他官网那个人数还没有更新，所以贤有拿到卡杯门票啊，很好，我大贤哥，我们新加坡阿贤，我们可以在卡杯看到他啦，应该没错吧？ 哎，不对，要看积分哦。他只是赢这个，这是看 Warrior， 这是 Warrior 吧？对，这 Warrior 要看全部的积分。那这样是要，他是官网没有 Warrior Ranking 有。参赛人数这么少，对啊，他是各地打半天，然后选出来。 哦，老师显了，他的总分最高。5场 Warrior 先拿了4次第1名啊，这分数灌到不行。东亚对，目前是希望打奥比杯的积分最高，但希望已经有门票了，所以。 这周末打完，看一下会往下找4名再去打资格赛。我没记错是这样啊。rule 什么？看一下。 Vtuber 这边有 H turn， blah blah blah。对 ，World Warrior Regional Final 地区决赛是由这个 World Warrior 联赛的积分的前8名去打 Top 8的一个那个比赛，然后呢，前4名高分的会在胜部开打，后4名会在败部开打。所以 Warrior 这个下周奥比杯打完就会知道最后谁去打争夺那个冠军宝座。然后以这样看来的话，下周的分数看卡卡米 DJZ OK 魔王游王 Mickey 哦 Mickey 好强好强好强，我记得 Mickey 也是很年轻的玩家对吧？嘎兹 Boom 热狗、大门、RB， 这就要看了，我就看下面小智、右刚、小象啊，小象少打一场啊，少打的有点亏。这样子感觉小象就算拿第1名，要拿到前8也有点硬。不，先不是拿到资格，先是拿到打决赛地区决赛的资格。
has other ideas, wants to get the potential run back against BigBird in the Winterside Grand Finals. But if you're just joining us, I'm Jake Ryan, joined by Ultra David to close out the CPT Middle East. 3 competitors remain out of our top 8 today and our top 16 yesterday. And who would have thought?
预赛没了，8强一定。好，卢比是讲那个吧，那个新加坡吧。下周是奥比杯的8强决定出来。
Pretty cool to see, for sure. Again, just to reiterate, if you're tuning in for the first time now, as you mentioned, Angry Birds already qualified for Capcom Cup.
双鸟的花园。
If he qualifies into Grand Finals, that means that BigBird will have qualified for Capcom Cup as well, because he is guaranteed at least second behind the person who's already qualified. Instead,
对啊，奥比杯的8强
who gets into Grand Finals, whoever wins between him and BigBird will be the qualifier.
前4名的比较稳啊，那分数就算没拿多少，应该就还。
As it always does, but
下礼拜哦，最后一个是决赛。哦，好，我以为是我把它看成是全部打完拿8个，所以这个最后就是决赛，所以下礼拜就是这前8个开打。哦 ，OK， 有点误会，抱歉。
And the story's not done even if he wins this one, right? No. He has to go into a BigBird that's going to be confident. You already got 3-0'd.
Yeah, exactly.
And BigBird has 2 chances.
这样6个是
And he already said you can't make 1 mistake.
我看一下啊，这总共8个嘛，希望不用打了吧？是
gonna be a hard time. And right here we're seeing Angry Bird.
RB 大门热狗、嘎子本、Mickey、游王、DJ 魔王、乌马。
Good luck. Well, back to the first quote.
希望打，那这样要是希望赢，哦，希望要打的话，那就是 RB GG。希望要打，所以就是他就算赢，就是往下递补嘛。OK。
His buddy qualifies for Capcom.
Exactly. So it's like
RB 拜拜。希望来赚个零用钱，这样看能不能赚钱。哦
I've been playing Cammy against everybody. It is time to show up with Miss White. We're in losers finals here. Nasser Angry Bird versus.
对，他如果希望赢的话，就是亚军递补。
Angry Bird can cinch the Capcom Cup qualification for BigBird and Fandroid.
这边怒鸟。
Cinderella story of today.
哇，空跳这个地方空跳赢。哇，又来了，他真的很爱空出那个后撤步啊。
And in. Okay, both times they've had up close knockdowns. Neither one's really pressured the other. They've both been light on that no anti.
Angry Bird 跳的有点多。
And again, it's that fear because I mean, both of these characters can change their jump arcs pretty easily. Dive kick on the likes of Angry Bird. And you have the short hop knee on the likes of Fandroid with the DJ.
Fandroid 的防御也很好，他挑点的时间跟凹的时间蛮厉害的。哦，这个吊康！
Oh boy, this is where it all starts to unravel, come apart. You need the anti-air here, and it's still.
糟了，糟了，看你。
Chip kill. All you have to do is hit him with one more special.
再磨一下会死啊！没办法，磨不到，糟了。
And he comes back in. Oh, jeez.
He's out of burnout and he goes for the drive impact. Didn't come out in time. And the
究竟是
wow,
哇，果然是双鸟受害者协会会长。怎么这样子翻掉？我天哪！稳住，稳住！刚刚那个吊康有点致命啊。你看他又空出，很想骗。我这对空等到最后一刻才对了。我可能走这一点点退抗，躲掉摔死了啊 ！Enjoy， 要不要稳一下？他的后撤步是没打，没拿到什么东西啊。
Definitely a moment where you look at all the answers and it was.
没对空，对不了空。
It's like, well, what do I pick? Nobody knows.
No.
Oh.
That's one of the strengths of extremely top level
players.
哇，
心态，心态，心态啊！
Yeah, when you start making the player who's following the rules feel like none of them make sense for them.
对，逼出来，哇，这 Angry Bird 进入龟龟模式。
Control.
进入往后打模式。
Fireballs, like you said, with the jumps. And finally finds a way in with the low.
Yeah, but one issue for DJ is that means there's not a lot of damage out.
Yeah, you just.
啊，一直跳，就是大概是看他后撤。
A lot of damage to be had here.
原来怒鸟有教过，原来如此。
And the meaty.
Ooh.
Maybe caught him jumping there.
所以看来刚刚另外一位爸就死了，刚刚另外一位拿后撤步没办法，就是没看怒鸟的影片啊。 他应该要减少一下爱空出后撤步这件事情。有跳啊！
You know, Angry Bird has been able to move forward. His whiff punishing his anti-air is always
又凹啦！
for him, but when he's needed to move in, he's been able to do that, and that's
死性不改。
for Android. For
哦，
Fandroid,
到角落。 但 Fandroid 这边他能点出去的时机都还不错，他其实防御算是蛮好的。不选择换边吗？ 哎，这个挑错攻击啊！他是挡到轻攻击，有力没那么多啊。哎，不对，他是按错，应该这样讲。又来了，是不是又要被反杀啊？这个上一场的既视感又来了，这个磨得死吗？哦，算的也真刚好。 第一场这同样的事情又上演了，这怎么？啊，大鸟在胜部笑眯眯啊，我的卡杯门票甜甜的就要送到我手上啦。啊，这个没办法，这个撞真的是。
Of DI and Angry Bird passed.
蹦，这杀不了，又凹啦！这个凹是绝体绝命，心态没了。好啦啊，大鸟笑眯眯啊，怎么没按回去？这还是 counter hit 啊？他是不是按歪了？换边，稳住啊，稳住！ 不给摔哦，漂亮打插盒，这不好打这下。但这边选择带绿冲把自己 burn out 了，哦，这个血量差还可以接受。冷静冷静啊！啊，怎么后走了？这边超怕。这边不会到。 对空怎么站起来了？死了！
Angry Bird moves forward.
OK， 双鸟要再打一次，然后这边果然啊，双鸟受害者协会会长就是会长，还是回家了。而他很多时候他被跳的时候，他都站起来防。我不太懂他为什么要站起来防。对，刚刚是双鸟卡杯点，GG well played。
Maybe go for the chip kill because when Angry Bird was given an opportunity, you saw exactly what he did. He said, "I'll spend the critical art. I don't care." Right?
OK 啦，这最后一局就是看谁拿的零用钱比较多而已啦。
啊。You need to make sure that you don't give a player like Angry Bird that next chance.
怒鸟的话没有，怒鸟最近都有在练 Kami 啊。
Because we've seen how well he is at answering just about every option. Jump ins, ground approach, fireball.
刚刚Fandroid那边他可能觉得来不及集气出对空，他就站起来防。但他从来没有选择过蹲着，然后按 parry 去防跳攻击。就是对集气角来讲，有一个好处是，你蹲着集气，你不能防跳攻击嘛。但是你按 parry 的话，你人会站起来防，但是你集气不用放开。所以你要是真觉得来不及集气，你按 parry 去防跳攻击，其实你就不用放掉自己的那个下集气。就是集气角一个应对说你不要放掉集气的方法。
Absolutely going to do their best still, just without some of that pressure, and that actually could make for a very interesting set.
第一个可以后中角对空，后重角那个度，那个奇怪的度。奥比前8，你是说现在有谁吗？你可以去他们卡杯的这个官网，但你可以直接看奥比杯的那个 PTT 有贴文吗？我都在 PTT 看。奥比杯前8名单：大门、热狗、嘎兹布、Mickey、Oyokin 有。魔王、卡卡米、希望已经有了，所以他就是打个比赛的练手。RBGG，
Abu Dhabi,
差一点。
UAE. BigBird originally from Algeria, but has been living in the UAE for a long time. A couple of guys who have been among the best in the world for well the entire.
官网有各地区沃的战绩。
Street Fighter 5 as well were among the best in the world.
Yeah, I mean, I do remember Angry Bird made an incredible run in Capcom Cup last year too.
Yeah, and years ago as well too.
哦
So here it is, Grand Finals.
是不是不让了？对不对？这个怎样都有名单了，是不是不让了？开杀 ，Angry Bird 是不是要开杀了？刚刚让你，我刚下去帮你杀人，我现在要杀你了。啊，他用前重脚想打那个短剑插盒哦，其实。 那个要提早出很多，因为那个不是那么快发生的。谁是哥哥？打赢的是哥哥。啊，这个一脚踩在脸上，哦，漂亮的插盒。还换边了。 是不是要多赚一些气回来？对，多按2下，多按2下。哇，这个停率冲太漂亮了吧！接完，咚咚咚 ，Bird。哇，这个不让喽！刚刚我下去帮你杀人，这个现在哦，开刀。啊，这个可惜。 前重脚要戳到人，那个真的状况要很，时间要很刚好。啊，没带东西出去，啊也还好。哇，绿冲完全无法结束了第一局。不是兄弟呀，不要乱替人家牵血缘关系。 都叫 Bird 就是了。这两个平常对练不知道练多少了。
backdashing himself into the corner.
哦，下中手插合有没有？哇，差一点插合到这个中手。
He would love to maintain this corner position. No jumps from Angry Bird, not even trying it yet.
哦，被打到陷阱插合啊！这个中脚好痛。
5 hits, 50%. That's so.
换边回去，对。
Yeah, she is a big gal. That's muscle mommy.
动，捶地板，换边。哦，很好。啊，接完蛇了，哇，踢到胖胖拳。
We got ourselves a match.
We do.
没有，他们才20多岁啊。
Exactly. This is the pinnacle. Oh. Feels like Cammy is doing death by 1,000 cuts against Marissa.
Right.
Literally, oh no. Even her.
哦，好痛好痛，推到角落啦。
What the hell?
要不要偷抓
No command grab this time.
？OK， 受不了，推走。
You gotta work in this burnout, and it's working strong.
OK， 一直往前推。
Uh-oh.
哇，这个有够帅，怎么点到重手启动的时间
Well, he's got a little bit of fear because he did not challenge.
OK， 开始偷抓，开始抓。
Go back to neutral.
Didn't want to risk a drive impact.
再抓，要不要再抓
？One more time, Mr. White. You gotta visit the chiropractor.
绿虫没阻止。反摔推角落，这边啊点完死了。哇，不让啦！刚刚是不是真的是技术性下败步啊？
This is amazing. Angry Bird.
太过分了吧
To go up 2-0 potentially. Still, BigBird with the meter management. That is the second time we have seen round start spiral.
Yeah.
And it's connected both times.
It's pretty quick. Has to make it safe.
Yeah.
哦，又开始突然又偷了，
Everybody's equal.
对不对？突然就不凹了，这个
I don't think there's only one that has been avoided.
打法是不是太明显了？
This is insane.
技术性下败步杀人。
Okay, starting off from the low. Angry Bird.
哎，
Absolutely. Wait, no way. No. I don't think so. But you're gonna get.
再玩，
Yeah, you're one sequence.
接近burnout，然后两气。
Has to go for a super reversal. If you ODDP, then you're still kind of stuck in the same position. How do you escape backdash?
裁判啊，有人那个盘外开赌啊，这个赌盘是不是不太有问题？
Love that. 1-1 apiece. Remember, BigBird.
但这也算是正确的策略，因为他们属于同一个战队哦。那你要想把自己战队的，你要把自己战队的队员送上决赛，我觉得这也是一个 OK 的策略。 就是让 BigBird 在那个胜部待到最后，然后 Angry Bird 下去杀人，这是的确是策略。哦，插到脚尖。 就是有队员的好处。
The way he's often started things off.
哦，只是跳攻击什么都不出，这倒是个好选择。他刚刚跳攻击什么都不按，啊，前戳。
In the corner at least?
I do. I think that's exactly right.
Yeah, it's just like a 20+ frame command grab. Yeah. People can't react to that sometimes. Oh my goodness.
打他一个 reset， 啊 reset。
No critical art will be had.
2比1 ，OK。
I feel like if Cammy gets the dive kick and burns you out, that should be called the dive bar because the bar is gone.
把他戳到，又靠角落啦。这个是不是太贪了？突然凹的心情又起来了。
No meter, no worries for the rest of your stay in the corner. But the
是不是想把场次打满？那个10块钱投下去，10块钱投下去可以玩比较久。 哎，这个插合漂亮，马丽莎那个中拳的插合的用处真的很厉害。
Oh my god！
名额让利用会啊，就是因为名额会递补，所以我才会说他刚战略性怒鸟送下去杀人，这是个好战略啊！啊，这没写档了，怎么出这个？
Set point, I should say, for Angry Bird.
Exactly.
Trying to get the reset.
哎呦，好险！ 哦，这边摔 哎，这个猜错。 他可能想要空插什么插拳脚吗？又在摔。哦，这个插盒有够好。我自己奔奥了，这边绿冲都无法得逞。这个奔奥看起来拿不到东西，哎，漂亮！不过打完也只是两边血量接近哦，两边都一级圈。哇！竟然被 OD 抓到。
That was some belligerent activity.
那个是，那个是，你知道刚刚有几次呢？那个怒鸟在空插的时候，大鸟会用 OD 的那个往上挖的那个去对空去对掉。然后他这次可能看到他有一个亮的东西从空中过来，他就觉得就做一样的反应，结果反而被抓了。因为他前面有几次是空插，然后他用那个 OD 反转手去凹去把它挖下来的。
Maybe Angry Bird has been taking some notes. What has Punk been showing that he hasn't been showing the rest of the world? Maybe we'll find out in the East Coast qualifier. But Angry Bird is
这个空插填了，插到脸上。
You have to earn this win right now because Angry Bird has flew the coop, and you're stuck behind. Can you fly, Bird, fly?
Stuck behind
大鸟
defense here. It's rough in this stage. Oh, no cancel.
哦，压在角落啊，被凹出来了。
Once again, Angry Bird not afraid. Ooh, that's a good button right there. Oh wow, that was really strong. Again, what? Wow,
在干嘛？在干嘛？在干嘛？干嘛？干嘛？干嘛？没练这个 set。
He's spreading his wings.
Oh, no cancel again on that.
Every time he does a hooligan, big
打完死哦。
and he's gonna get the win on this round. Real quick, like Angry Bird was throwing everything in.
怒鸟刚刚在干什么？这个乱飞。 因为 set 也不是 set， 也没打到人。哦，又想空插负的凹。完喽，你再猜错一次会死翘翘哦，人家3气满支援哦。哇！接完蹦再捞起来，冻死了。
Tiny little tap, still a perfect.
暴揍
Still pretty good. Gets the first game in the grand finals. Reset, BigBird.
OK， 被 reset 之后先抢下一局。
As I said before, this is a great set. I'm loving.
Oh yeah, this is great.
哎，这个 K 米那边负的哦，他是防凹，他是解摔，结果摔到大鸟那边没按东西。 又偷摔了。
Why does he have 100% hit rate?
He's just nailing it.
I don't understand.
His reads are so good.
And it's against his training partner too.
哦，他按的时间点好好。
If he can't get away,
刚好按到他没有那个空插插空。
Finally, but then no punish either.
Jump back.
You have to neutral jump.
啊，痛！
Oh my god, absolutely duffed. Dudley would be proud of these hands.
哇，这个确认的啊。
Maybe 2 hits to be honest.
He's about to burn out.
啊，刚好按到。
I mean, Angry Bird had to find the touch there because if you take one more block string from Angry Bird, you are burnt out. Oh no, he went for the empty jump, maybe looking for the anti-air parry, but it didn't come out.
最近角落这边要不要干什么？他很爱贴身用这个去打摔，我觉得不是，不是很效率。哇靠，好痛！ 直接撞 GG。
Yikes! Just walking forward.
走一走，走2步，走3步，死掉。
How you doing, man?
Like it's hilarious.
还刚好就卢比的奥比杯啊，接下来这个礼拜6。
Yeah. It's optimal, but it's also like funny and
insult to injury, man.
Yeah, it's just so funny.
Just strolling forward and be like they said.
还是你说线上赛比线上赛我有点忘记。
Angry Bird clapping right back was not happy about that one.
哦，暴打开始暴打。 到底是怎样？你们都是觉得10块钱投下去要打到满，这个比较赚，是不是？
Okay, I've grown wise to your mix-ups, Mister. No more grabs for you.
那个参加比赛就是要把场次打满，比较划算。 哎，这个没被插合，好险！
Dive kick.
Wow.
Yeah, was looking to fish for the dive kick right there, but just took the whole jump arc, which worked out.
哇，这个哇，怎么刚好穿过他最后的判定
？Will absolutely smoke you. But Angry Bird is more than comfortable with that spacing. 2 grabs in a row. Can we get number 3?
他又来，你看这个，我真的觉得这个打摔不是很效率的事情啊。这个 OK 接到。其实你贴身跳低轰叉，为什么不你要打摔？那你为什么不跳？为什么不那个贴身，然后直接空翻摔或空翻盖头？你还少耗气。那你下去都被防到都是负的，都一样。OK， 要不要打？哎。 啊，被插合了，换边。刚刚那应该正负的，哇，下中脚被塞到。嘣！好痛好痛！对空哦，死翘翘！哇，这个 TC 漂亮。 大鸟赛点。
Again, he's already qualified for Capcom Cup, but you want to do it winning the tournament.
Yeah.
到底怒鸟是不是暴打他
？And I love the layers there too because BigBird has already established the command grab so many times, right? So now he's unlocked the air to air because
这个
trying to jump back.
有想法要后打，但是众筹太短了。要是啃的话，就会打到了。
Roundhouse is the other aspect. Wow.
You want to air to air? All right. I'll check you. And now we go.
大鸟赛点。 刚刚那个跳的点有点啊，那个没被插合，真的是很险。哇，他后躲到那个空插哎，不过有可能不动也插不到啊。但这个你还要防吗 ？OK， 不要再按了，你再按他有3气咯。哦 ，OK。
Not only is qualified for the Capcom Cup, he is in first place for the Middle East. The reset.
恭喜啊，也没什么恭喜啊，刚刚已经确定了，大鸟进卡杯喽。OK， 双鸟又要进卡杯喽。Good game, good game. 哇，这2位中东强豪，太恐怖了，他们要进卡杯杀人喽。漂亮。
Going from layer 1 to layer 2 to layer 3 to layer 5 to I don't even know where they were at because every single time one of them reacted and punished an option, they said, well, I've seen you do this before. So what if I just aired you? And it's like, well, I'm just going to go ahead and glad again, I've never seen a Cammy use more hooligans in my life.
It's actually very interesting to watch Cammy with hooligan. I mean, she's a strong character anyway. She's got great buttons and great pressure, etc., etc. But to have that extra little bit of trickiness is pretty cool.
Yeah, unlocking all the pieces of the toolkit. I mean, that's what's so great about the pinnacle of players, right? They show you the things that you never thought that your character could do in such a consistent way that really helps level up the rest of the scene, right? Because they are such prominent figures in the scene. They show everything that they can, all the tech that they develop to the world, right? Because they want the world to be stronger. They want the region to be stronger because it helps them grow too. For sure. And without each other, they couldn't reach these heights. And obviously,
下周打，下周有很多地方的 Warrior 就。哦，刚刚有 DJ 吗？我看一下他们。哦，不对，这个不是。
Even though he got reset, it was only Angry Bird that was able to take him down here. And
好多区域都是这1-2周会打出结果。
And everybody else in the bracket as well.
有很多比赛可以看。
We got from Kuwait to Pakistan.
大家下个礼拜记得要看奥比杯啊，这个就看我们要送谁去打啦。
I loved it, and the top 8 was a treat as well.
Well, that's the qualifier for CPT Middle East. Capcom Pro Tour still has a little while to go. It's not all done yet. We got more. Southeast Asia. Registration is closing tonight in exactly 12 hours. Get in there.
11月25号，礼拜6晚上7点，大家记得去看卢比的奥比杯 Warrior 决赛啦。我们看一下下礼拜的名单。
Yeah, such a wild bracket to look into, and we have a wild week of matches next week because we have 14 more competitors.
希望应该是陆克，然后 Jury ZJ 应该是 JP 吧，然后游王应该也是开游王了系。Mickey 嘎之分我比较不熟。Mickey 很年轻的玩家，对不对？我记得。哈斗 DJ 大门阿三。
To watch each and every
我们的
If you want to see the schedule, go to Capcom.com for more information. And one of our community members, super__
分数也是颇高啊。
Excellent spreadsheet.
这样啊，因为希望有打，所以 Mickey 会从败部开打。下面4位会从败部开打。
So much Street Fighter action to catch up on. I know he's going to be watching it at breakfast.
可是他同分呢，同分这是怎么比啊？
You know, we've got even more
同分的话，他们谁比胜败部，还是看谁先拿到分数
？What's coming up for the future? What we're excited about and
120分，游王跟 Mickey， 还说头同高分次数多哦。好 ，Mickey 没有拿过第50分。这个好，游王就这样。从胜部开打，所以哇，希望拿好多次哦！我天哪，希望真是猛，有问题下打希望，呵呵，哇，下半部杀人。好啦，他们后面还有什么东西吗？等一下看一下，可能有个访谈什么的可以看一下。Mickey 5周都，哦 ，Mickey 有1周没打吗？这个是没打吗？还是说打了但是没分数？忘记报名，他需要一个经纪人啊。希望要问一下怒鸟，说我怎么精准控分那个让人下去哦。然后这个我觉得刚刚看那个内容，就是我觉得稍微有点明显，我觉得就是 Angry Bird 在打怒鸟的这一场，就是打得很随便。那就是下去杀人，帮他清出前往卡杯的路，这样。然后他回来就再互相像平常练习一样揍一揍。对啊，就是没差了，反正2个其实就算是 BigBird 下去，我觉得大家也是没得打。这个中东区这2位真的是太强了。美元11岁出了，对啊，不操作也会变这样啊，对啊，同意。美元杯那个我有看那个 Leo 对不对？他后面整个造起来啊，他后面打另外一个玩家我忘记叫什么，那个他最后连续 Leo 可能最后。他原本还跟对手打有来有回哦，2边都陆克，但最后连续3、4场整个爆输，就连输到底，就是连我都看得出来他整个造掉了，就是造起来，就是他重复一直干同样的事情，然后对手有努力的去抓他，就是抓他的那个打法，然后他就是还是用同一套一直冲就死掉了。有可惜，爆炸，最后就不甘心的哭。不过对一个11岁的小朋友来讲，这样真的是好强，很厉害了。不知道下次看到这个小朋友会在比赛上出现到什么时候，到什么地方？对吧？他还有很光明的未来。 对啊，他可以就是狂冲到burnout，然后还可以打，他burnout还是可以照打的，就是很冲哎、以后日本的赛场、世界的赛场会不会有他的身影？我很期待哦。看他会不会带着陆克娃娃？至少他还不是说那个嘛，这个只是就是纯粹陆克很强就用陆克这样，他有个陆克娃娃，就是像布兰卡娃娃那样，对角色有爱。而卡普空合规的正式比赛要13岁哦。好，那可能是梅园办的这个，就是有监护人就可以打这样。告诉你最简单的方式，现在给他套一个皮，然后要他去打那个 CR 杯，给他套个皮，要他去打 CR 杯或打那个隔夜杯之类的。
By, as we said, one of the possibilities. Just being in grand finals and having Angry Bird be the other person in there.
套皮打 CR 杯可以了，反正年龄就可以藏起来，管他的。
Overall, anyway. So congrats to him on that. I know that that's a more satisfying way.
Oh yeah.
It's all about satisfaction.
I mean, we know.
哇，他会跟职业选手下聚会，哇，这个恐怖哦，这个恐怖。
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, BigBird made it happen. I mean, against your training partner, I don't think you'd want it to be against anybody else, especially representing your region.
我记得他在访问上就是说他想要成为职业选手嘛，就是他打那个梅园的那个比赛的愿望，想要梅园实现他的愿望是成为职业选手。可以啊，可以啊，他这个打出知名度。
Let's see if we can do it again.
Yeah.
And it happened again on one of the most important stages too. So not only did he get a trophy before, now he's got a chance at $1 million this time. And even though the Middle East is done for today, still have the World Warrior 4. Players like Fandroid that get to battle it out, and everybody is probably having a sigh of relief there. They're like,
有没有访问？还是看太多？这对于他们来讲，那个这两个人赢太多。
It has been an amazing day for.
已经懒得问了。
Such close sets and really.
而且每次刚刚中间有这个赛中访问，然后每次这些访问问怒鸟，他就说哦 ，I do my best。
We're going to be looking at this for just.
这时候我讲不出什么其他的，他就说 I do my best.
Every one of these players, obviously, in the first side of losers, Hamood got a 3-0 over.
我觉得这两个玩家那个
but then on the other end,
Angry Bird 比较那个比较就 BigBird 比较会讲干话，就比较好笑一点。Angry Bird 就是比较沉稳。
At the end, Angry Bird was waiting, and Fandroid.
但其实 Angry Bird 是年纪比较小的。
Rounds could have been closed out, potentially getting games on the board, and Angry Bird really capitalized the most, which led to our grand finals, and ultimately leads us to talk to the biggest bird himself, Nasser's own.
怒鸟不是，是怒鸟吧？他不是边打边抽他的电子烟，还是大鸟在抽？我记得是怒鸟在抽。
There it is. Yeah, I knew it. I was like, I've seen this dude when he's.
哦，访谈。
Congratulations.
Hell yeah.
I'm doing good. Thank you guys. How are you doing?
I mean, we're doing well. We just saw a lot of great matches. I had a great time watching Street Fighter, of course, and seeing the very, very high level play that's going on out there.
怒鸟会打一打抽一口。
You qualifying for Capcom Cup, not just through. Angry Bird qualifying into grand finals.
你获得卡杯门票就不是说拿第2名，而是真正的从第1名拿。
Focus in that grand finals, both of those sets.
刚刚那场你是怎么
How do you still play as strongly as you did?
怎么打的
I mean, to be honest, me and Angry Bird, we have this. It's not really a rivalry, but we don't like losing to each other.
Of course.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, so when we're playing in the grand finals, so even if we're both qualified, even if doesn't matter what the result is, we just want to beat each other. We just don't like losing to each other. It's not in a bad way. Not when we don't really wish the other guy bad for the rest of the tournament, but just losing to each other is like, you know.
他说他们互相都本来就不想输给对方，所以当然也是全力打。
There's still a lot on the line because of our pride.
Absolutely, I love that too, and I feel like I felt that in the first set of Grand Finals when Angry Bird came back with the reset on the Cammy. Those hooligans were going absolutely nuts. And it felt like in the Grand Finals reset, you're like, all right, enough of these shenanigans. You had the punishes on deck. And it was like payback after you sent them down to losers in the winners finals. So I wanted to ask, especially with that rivalry, right? We know Angry Bird for his resounding Ken play. And obviously the Cammy has been making an appearance consistently. I've been watching your streams almost like every single time, the YouTube videos. Everybody needs to take a look at all of that because the content is amazing. So looking into it, why the Cammy with this rivalry going so hard? I know he's trying to get that high-level practice with the tension. There's money on the line, obviously. But I know that, you know, Ken is definitely that comfort pick. That's the Evo winning character that he's been able to pilot.
还说为什么是 Cammy？ 你们为什么会？因为他们队友还有问说为什么拿出 Cammy 来
？And definitely showing up strong the entire time, just as I expected.
So to be honest, Angry Bird really hasn't played Ken for like, well, we came back from vacation on the 7th of November. And ever since then, if you watch our streams or if you just go and look at the archives, he hasn't really played Ken since then. It's literally all been Cammy.
到11月开始就只有玩 Cammy 了。
For reasons that I want to say, because he has it, you know, hidden. He's practicing Cammy because, you know, Captain Cup is coming. Having 2 characters is better than having 1.
那他是觉得他是为了卡杯练 Cammy 的。
Style as well, with the way he plays. So it's pretty much something he plans to use it in one tournament. I don't know if he's gonna use it before Captain Cup, maybe during Captain Cup, or even if Ken gets nerfed and Cammy gets somehow buffed. He has a character ready. But he's playing this character. He hasn't been playing Cammy only since the last, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks.
I've seen you guys.
然后说就是为了比赛多一些对策，多练一个角色。然后他刚刚有说有一些不能讲的，他们要藏起来的东西。我觉得应该就是角色对策什么的吧，就是可能他们特别研究这样。
Sort of your view on the players in your region, how you feel their trajectory is, and what you see for them moving forward.
So to be honest, there's a lot of good players here. There's a lot of good potential, but
对，长招。
I feel like the experience is lacking in a lot of these players in the Middle East. So me and Angry Bird are pretty much the only players that travel consistently, get a high-level practice consistently. But all the other players, when it comes to tournament, they're actually good players. But when it comes to tournament, they don't have that tournament experience ready.
他说中东的其他玩家比较没有办法像他们职业玩家到处跑打比赛，然后所以比赛经验比较少。
Pull out the clutch factor and all of that. So I feel like that's where basically they fall short. There's a lot of good players here, like RealMF is good, Fandroid is good, Hamood.
他说，然后在那种紧张，就你那个对方亮尾灯之类的状况，就是对于没有比赛经验的玩家来讲，就很容易崩掉，不容易沉住。
It basically won't show in tournaments. So I feel like that's what a lot of players here are lacking. It's the tournament experience. And these online events are good, especially the high stakes one, like this one, where it's super high stakes, you know, the winner qualifies. So, but you could see the inexperience in a lot of the players where they either get tilted and start losing, or something doesn't go their way and they can't recover from that. They can't close out rounds or games and all of that. So I feel like that's where they fall short. It's the lack of experience in tournaments.
比赛经验，反正他就是讲比赛经验，其他玩家比较缺少。
I actually believe it was you versus Fandroid, and he got 2 jump-ins with the short hop knee on DJ, which normally leads into a wonderful situation, and just left it on the table multiple times. And then in the exact opposite case, as soon as you saw that, 40% damage punish into the corner, now guess for your life. So I love the experience piece because it does play a factor, and you two have been all around the world.
他讲说，刚刚那个 Fandroid 的 DJ 有好几次最后黄血比较多，那就被反打的那几场，经验不足。
Qualified, obviously, you were tied for first place for the World Warrior. What are your expectations for that event? Knowing exactly like where the players are, and how do you think they learn from their run here to really refine their approach and have a better tournament run? Because obviously Fandroid got to that 3rd place, tied with you in points for the World Warrior. Like, what are your expectations going in there for the top 8?
So basically, I think, if I'm being honest, the only reason Fandroid got tied up with points with me is because I didn't enter the last 2. I was traveling, so I couldn't enter.
那他讲他们中东的 World Warrior， 然后他说那个 Fandroid 的比在我的名次在我上面，是因为我前面有2场没有去打，因为我在外面没有打到比赛。
I wouldn't enter, but there's a lot of money on the line. It's even more than the CPT itself, the online event. So I feel like I can't, give up on that. At the same time, me dropping out, that means someone gets in. Potentially someone might get an easier matchup. It might not be fair for a lot of the players, especially if I enter and I happen to win, the 2nd place qualifies. So I feel like, I don't know, I'll think about it, but I'm most likely gonna enter and see what happens there. It's also good practice for me for Cup and Cup.
对，要感谢怒鸟拿 EVO。怒鸟没拿 EVO， 这个中东就是这个 online 一个，然后 Warrior 一个，双鸟就拿走，就这样了，就不用讲了。其他都是给供哎。
LCQ qualifier there, but after that it's Cup and Cup. So no, this is pretty much the only tournament experience I'm gonna get, and I feel like I'm still lacking, especially when it comes to 2 out of 3. I'm still lacking in a lot of areas where I fail to refine my playstyle, to adjust my playstyle in 2 out of 3. But as soon as I get into 3 out of 5 zone, I feel like I play more comfortable. So this is something I still need to work on to get ready for Cup and Cup.
Yeah, no, I really love that call out. I mean, look at it this way, right? You're going to have 3 representatives from the Middle East here. So do you think out of those and the players who qualify from the World Warrior, is that going to be like another kickstart for the region? Because time and time again, both you and Angry Bird have shown that there's talent there, and you're seeing it's like that last
CVD 是啊，是他们
factor in that experience, and there's no experience like getting taken.
双鸟已经肆虐赛场多年了。
Streetfighter 6 with the most on the line. I don't think any pressure has been more than $1 million for the cup. Like, what do you think of that, especially for the region? Because you two have been the shining stars, and now that's 3 representatives. I mean, the only way somebody else gets the 3 representatives is the offline majors, which we have completed, or the LCQ, right? So right now, Middle East is looking good.
中东的状况看起来很好，因为你们会有3个卡杯名额。
So that means I don't have to fight it for the spot like I have been doing since online events came. So he making it from Evo basically made it easier for me to qualify since I got.
然后说怒鸟拿了 Evo 对他来讲就是轻松很多。
So, but that's also good because that means one more Middle Eastern representative gets to come in and play in Cup and Cup. It's just a shame that LCQ, I mean, World Warrior has a select number of players only. So I know a lot of players have missed out on points, whether it was for personal reasons, whether it's just they couldn't get lucky. So it's kind of a shame, But World Warrior still made the best man win there and qualify and hopefully represent the Middle East with us in Cup and Cup. I just hope they go to Cup and Cup with a mentality that's not really, having to prove yourself there. The minute you think I have to prove myself, the minute is you feel all that pressure under you, on top of you. So I feel like whoever qualifies from here, they should take it as a learning experience, especially a fun experience, and not worry about results at all. Because the minute you start thinking about proving yourself or making results,
他说那个，因为接下来他们 Warrior 会有其他玩家进去嘛，然后他说对于比较没比赛经验的进去，不要太想着要证明自己。想着要证明自己的话，那个比赛的那个卡杯的压力就会整个上来。他说不如想着是一个学习的机会。
How do you go about that as somebody who has clearly been able to do that well? You've done that throughout your career. That's how you've become so strong. What is your process? And then, give us some shout outs. Let us know where we could see you guys. Let us know where we could see you in the future.
你怎么在职业赛场上持续多年？
Basically perfect my play style in the 2 out of 3. So because I play Marissa, and Marissa is a highly volatile character, either you basically body the opponent or you get bodied. That's basically how it goes most of the time with Marissa. So I'm trying to find the middle part where I win, maybe it's too close, maybe it's not close, but if I lose, I don't want it to be a wash. So that's what I'm trying to find, the middle ground. I don't know how to do that exactly. The only way you can do that is basically by entering tournament, but I got 3 months to figure it out, you know? And Japan, the tournament in Japan organized by FAV, is going to be a good practice for us as well, especially since it's a regular tournament. It's also a 3-on-3 event. So that probably will be next, me and Angry Bird. And if you
他们要去打
wanna watch
FAV
us, you can always watch us on Twitch. We stream there almost daily on FGC_birds, or you can also check out our YouTube, FGC Birds. That's where basically you see us most of the time. We're always accessible. You can also
Nephew
check
那
us
场
on
我没
Twitter,
看到啊。
have a talk with us, to ask us questions. We're always accessible. And I just want to shout out to the Middle Eastern FGC. They're pretty much improving a lot since the past years. And shout out to V/Esports as well for holding it down with the World Warrior events. And finally, Nasser Esports and Red Bull for their continuous support of me. They're amazing partners, and we started this journey together. And you know, hopefully we'll continue until the end of the line together.
Congratulations again, man. Very, very well deserved. You got a big W. We'll see you in Capcom Cup.
We'll see you there.
OK， 这边
Cool.
看
So
起来
very, very
是
cool to hear
访
from
谈
him
完
there. Again, he has been one of the strongest players throughout the past couple of games
Okay.
across the world. Awesome to see that he has made it
今
into
天
Capcom
比赛
Cup.
比完
That's
啦
going to be super, super fun to watch.
下周就
And again, as we
是
mentioned,
我们
Stream
的
World is
Warrior 奥比杯
One of the strongest players in the world and
各位
shows
记得要
up
去看啊
and proves it once again. Like we said,
好吧，我也
even
差不
though
多
they're
收
best
台
training partners,
感
the
谢各
rivalry
位
drives
一起
everything.
看台
It's about improvement because now Angry Bird's going to be looking at that and saying, all right, well, I got to keep my highs higher and my lows more
各
middle.
位拜拜拜，
If
收台
BigBird's
啦
saying。that, we've all got areas
So,
to improve, right?
bye.
He's qualified for the Capcom Cup.